Welcome in here to Western Brown High School, La Rosa's Field at Kibler Stadium. We are here tonight to cover this game. Simon Kenton comes to Mount Orab, Ohio to take on these Western Brown Broncos on the final Friday here in August of the early football season. Well, Rob, we went to Hillsboro last week. Didn't end up the way the Broncos wanted. Second half was a lot better. First half just got in a big hole and then kind of had to play from behind. They were able to create some turnovers and kind of figure some things out on the defensive side. But, talking with Coach Osborne in our pregame huddle this week, kind of the same thing as has plagued them some in the past, those outside runs, just not able to stop them, and a good back at Hillsboro and a couple of good runners up there really hurt them. But, looking to bounce back here and, talking with Nick, it seems like he's excited to have this Simon Kenton team come in here, and first Friday night home game of the year should be a good one.
And he talked about what a good matchup this is for them. They're a spread team, but they like to run the ball out of the spread quite a bit. They'll still throw it. They have some good outside threats. We'll talk about those in a minute. But this should be a good matchup. Like you said, Western Brown looking to bounce back after that week one loss at Hillsboro. And you talked about those struggles a little bit in the run game. But the defense did a much better job in the second half, slowing down that run, and that Hillsboro offense created some turnovers. So they've got some positive things to bring in to this second week action against Simon Kenton. And let's see if they can put those to play tonight.
Well, I get about 4.5 minutes, so we're going to kick this one off. And we were talking there. Shocker, you're going to not believe this. We didn't see who they got the coin toss and who's getting the ball first. So we'll figure that out here momentarily. But starting with the Simon Kenton Pioneers out of Independence, Kentucky, come north across the Ohio River to face these Western Brown Broncos. They are led by head coach Joe Wynn in his first season with Simon Kenton, his 8th overall as a head coach. Previously, he was a head coach at Mason County, led them to 36 wins in 4 seasons, including an impressive 13-1 season in 2022 before losing in that state semifinal game. His overall coaching record is 55-27, and he does have 7 playoff victories in his early coaching career. Simon Kenton is coming off a Week 1 victory last Friday night against Dixie Heights. Final score of that one was 20-10. I'll hand it back over to Rob, and he's got a little bit about the Broncos.
Broncos led by head coach Nick Osborne, now entering his sixth season with the school. His overall record is 34-23. Broncos struggled in Week 1 versus Hillsboro, as we talked about. The Indians came out of the gates hot in that one, got out to a large halftime lead of 28-6. Western Brown fought back in the third quarter, scoring 16 points, bringing the score at the start of the fourth, 22-28 with Hillsboro in the lead. Western Brown had some opportunities to tie, had the ball a couple times, only down 6 points, but too many turnovers would be the decider in that one, and Hillsboro walked away with a hard-fought win, 34-22, and Broncos looking to rebound after last week, come out swinging in Week 2 versus this out-of-state opponent in Simon Kenton.
So Simon Kenton out on their sideline now, came in to our left side there over on that towards that south or north end zone rather. Western Brown coming across the street from the high school here, getting ready to run out through the marching band and through the banner here. 2 minutes and 39 seconds till we kick it off. Simon Kenton, key performers on defense. Freshman linebacker number 29, Jackson Ober, had 5 tackles last week. Junior defensive back number 0, Jack Giordano, had 4 tackles, but we did see him not suited up there, so I don't think he's going to play tonight. Looking like he was nursing a knee injury. And sophomore defensive back number 20, Peyton Testerman, 4 tackles and 1 forced fumble. On the offensive side, the Pioneers are led by senior running back number 6, Landon Brown, had 122 yards on the ground last week and 1 touchdown. Sophomore quarterback number 15, Grant Webb, 114 passing and a touchdown, also had 9 rushing yards. And sophomore wide receiver number 84, Forrest Hughes, 37 yards and a touchdown through the air last week. And we will see a couple of quarterbacks, as Coach Osborne talked about. We'll see Mr. Webb as well as another quarterback, Caleb French. They kind of run a little bit of a 2-quarterback system, maybe one a little bit more of a running quarterback, other one a little bit more of a throwing quarterback. So we'll try to keep them straight for you as we go through the game. I'll hand it to Robbie. He's got some key performers for Western Brown.
Starting on the defensive side, junior linebacker number 18, Adam Pena, with 7 tackles, 1 forced fumble. Senior defensive back number 32, Dre Mitchell, had a great performance in his coming out party for Western Brown. 7 tackles, 1 fumble recovery, and led by senior linebacker number 7, Ty Spalding, 12 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, and that school record with career tackles And on the offensive end, sophomore quarterback number 16, Deion Bradford, 175 passing, 2 touchdowns and 35 yards on the ground. Senior running back number 5, Justin Morgan, 43 rushing yards, 1 touchdown on the ground, 52 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns through the air. And senior wide receiver number 17, Braden Harmon, with 59 receiving yards.
So it looks like Simon Kenton is going to receive the ball first. Western Brown will kick it away. Jetter is going to tee it up on the 40-yard line. Simon Kenton wearing all white tonight. White pants, white jersey, white helmets. Western Brown in their brown jerseys and brown pants with white helmets. Simon Kenton will be headed from left to right on your radio dial here to start. Carson Inman in the studio for us tonight. Brandon Rigdon up top on the camera for GoodGuysRadioTV.com. I'm Greg Lyman here with Rob Bowman. We're ready to kick this one off. 12 minutes on the clock. Another beautiful Friday evening here in Southern Ohio as the Broncos looking to get their first win of the season. Simon Kenton looking to extend their one-game winning streak out to 2 to start the season. Line drive kick. That one will be fielded right around the 15-yard line. Trying to set up some blocks coming back towards Western Brown sideline. Has some room. Now gets the sideline. Has a man to beat. Cuts it back inside. And Nichols is going to run him down, but not before a great return. I believe that was number 8 on the return. That is their Colton Farsing. Takes it all the way past midfield down inside the 45-yard line. It's a good field position to start this one for Simon Kenton.
Really good return, and caught that around the left hash and then was able to let those blocks get set up, bring it back to Western Brown bench on the right side of the field. Huge return, great field position for their opening drive.
So it looks like number 15, the sophomore Grant Webb, will be the first quarterback in here for Simon Kenton. They'll spread it out. Has Landon Brown lined up behind him, 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Ball's over on the right hash mark. Ball spotted on the 42-yard line in Western Brown territory. Man goes in motion. Webb takes the snap. Couple step drop. He's looking to throw the first one deep. Has a man wide open towards the end zone, and that is going to be one play and a touchdown. Number 10, Grayson Harris, the receiver we talked about, has some college-level offers, and he runs down the field wide open, and one play equals 6 for the Pioneers, and they strike blood with 15 seconds running off the clock in this one so far.
A deep ball right down the seam. Nobody around Harris. Just put enough air under that one, let him settle under it, reel it in for 6.
So that'll make it 6-0 with the extra point. Actually, they're going to go for 2, it looks like, and now they blow it dead. Number 2, Jordan Pendleton, was in the shotgun, took the snap, but they end up blowing it dead here. I think maybe they were resetting something on the scoreboard or the play clock, maybe, not exactly sure. So now they'll blow the ready for play. 2 men lined up in the backfield there, and now another penalty flag flies out. Now it looks like they're already going to give a sideline warning over to Simon Kenton on that far side. We saw that quite a few times last year, I feel like. Haven't seen it yet this year in that first game against Hillsboro, but first sideline warning going against the Pioneers. And now it looks like they're just going to try to kick it. That's going to be number 40, Miles Mullen. Pendleton will hold it down for him on the extra point, left-footed kicker. Snaps down, hold looks pretty good. End-over-end kick is right down the middle, and that'll make it 7-0 in favor of Simon Kenton. We'll keep it right here since we just kind of started this one, but some other games going on across the Southern Buckeye tonight. Cincinnati Country Day travels out to Blanchester. Bethel Tate on the road at Dayton Christian. Cedarville at East Clinton. Goshen at Hillsboro, a couple of like opponents for Western Brown. Also some common opponents. Wilmington at Miami Trace. We'll try to keep an eye on those two for you. Clinton Massey at Miami Valley Christian. Batavia on the road at Reading. New Richmond at Williamsburg. Should be a good American National Division matchup in the SBC. And Clinton Massey, a big one, travels up to Coldwater. Did some research. Coldwater has 8 state football championships since 2005, including 4 in a row from 2012 through 2015. They won the Division VI title last year, 31-7 over Kirtland, and they have played in 15 state championships since 1998 in football alone. They have 31 team state championships in their school's history. Clinton Massey, no slouch either, 3 state championships in 2012, 2013, and their most recent in 21. So 11 state championships between those two programs facing off tonight. I think they played last year, and it was a pretty good game. So we'll try to keep it. That one doesn't start till 7:30, though, so a little bit later start because of the long travel. But we'll try to get a score on that one for you as well. Well, probably not the start defense was looking for. 1 play, 7 points.
No, that's obviously a missed assignment with how wide open Harris was in the middle of the field. So that'll be something Coach Wilson will get figured out.
So now they're going to have it teed up. That'll be Mullen again. Will have it teed up on the 40-yard line. A couple men back deep to receive is Morgan and Loudermilk for the Broncos. End over end kicks a little short. They're going to let it bounce around the 25, and now Loudermilk takes it on the hop around the 16-yard line, coming back towards his own sideline. Takes a big shot, was able to make one man miss, but number 20 came flying in there. That's Peyton Testerman, and laid a big hit on Loudermilk, but a pretty good return out past the 25-yard line. It'll set up the Broncos on offense for the first time.
Yeah, pretty good return, big hit there. Decent starting field position for this Western Brown offense. Got to have something here on this first series, too.
So Deion Bradford will be making his second start here for Western Brown. 11:39 to go on the clock. Simon Kenton leads early 7-0. Western Brown headed from right to left on your radio dial. In the shotgun, 3 on the right. Morgan lined up to his left. Looking to his right, has good protection. Now dances around a little bit, steps up in the pocket. Is going to throw it late. Has it complete over on that far sideline. That's number 8, Peyton Day, as he's wrapped up by 2 or 3 defenders, but able to go up past the 30 for about a 3-yard gain. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, nice tackle in the open field from Ober there on the edge, number 4. Not much going, a couple of yards for that Bronco offense, but great protection from that offensive line to start the game.
So they stopped the clock for some reason, but now they wind it into play here. So it's going to be second down. Give him about 3 yards. It'll be second down and around 7. This time Bradford has Morgan on his left hip, 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Takes the snap, fakes a handoff, wants to throw it this way. Sidearm throw, and a nice sliding catch there from number 3, Elijah Valdez. I want to give him a little apology. We had the wrong number on our roster last week. He was number 9 on our roster, but number 3, Valdez, makes the catch there to bring up a third and manageable.
A really good catch. Nice throw, too, from Bradford. Kind of had to change his arm angle on that one as Ober was coming off that right defensive edge, left side of that Bronco offense.
Actually, looks like they're going to really spot him with no gains. It's still 3rd and 7 on the 31. Maybe he dropped it. Maybe it was incomplete as the clock has stopped. So I think that's what we're going to go with. And now Bradford takes the snap, has some pressure, steps up through it, still looking to throw down the field, throws it late, has Morgan complete past the 45. Nice little play. Bradford making something happen as a Pioneer defender. Is a little slow to get up over here in front of Western Brown's bench, but a nice play, and it'll move the chains for Western Brown.
A really good play. Injured player for Simon Kenton didn't get a number on that one. He's close to the Western Brown bench.
Was number 14, Jackson Davis, junior defensive back, is a little slow to get up. Didn't see what would happen there, but again, hey, so far Bradford looks real comfortable back there, dancing around a little bit. The offensive line's giving him pretty good protection. That time he was able to just kind of step up and slide over and found Morgan and gave him the old another shortstop sidearm toss there to get the first down.
Yeah, you see him kind of changing that arm angle up, and that usually comes with comfortability within your team. He had to step up in the pocket on that one, scramble up the field a little bit. He had some room, could have run the ball, but decided to get it to one of his skill players there in the middle. That's number 14 for Simon Kenton, Jackson Davis, up on his feet, walking under his own power. It's good to see.
Hey, good news. He's getting a little attention from the trainers, taking his time to the sideline. A little ginger, I think, on that. Looks like on that left leg. Didn't see exactly, maybe right leg, I don't know. Didn't see exactly what happened, kind of some bodies in the way, but hopefully he's going to be all right and be able to get back out there. But a nice first down up to the 47, approaching midfield for Western Brown. They'll have a new set of downs here. They're going to go 3 wide on the left, Morgan in the backfield with Bradford. Seen a lot more Morgan in the, used to go a lot of 5 wide, seen a little bit more running back in the backfield. They fake the handoff to him, throw it. This one's going to be complete. Slips out of a tackle and goes past midfield up to the opposite 44-yard line. I believe that was number 11, Loudermilk. And that'll put him in a second down and short. Nice little throw and catch there. It'll bring up second down and 1.
A good throw. It almost looked like it got tipped right at the line of scrimmage, but Loudermilk able to reel it in and get upfield. Got real close to that first down marker, maybe about a yard shy.
This time Harmon's lined up on the left, 3 out wide on the right. Morgan in the backfield with Bradford. Tries the hard count. We saw Hillsborough jump a few times last week on that, but Simon Kenton able to hold it here. 10:22 to go in the first quarter. Looking towards the sidelines, going to throw it late. And that one bounces incomplete, short of Harmon. Pretty good coverage out there. And it might have kind of just been a throwaway from Bradford. It's going to bring up third down and 1 here.
Yeah, that's a good throw in those situations. You got a DB kind of all over your player. They're trying to get just past the sticks, and you want to put it low and only where your guy can get it, and that's where Bradford left it.
So that's going to bring up third and 1. Ball still on the 44-yard line in Simon Kenton territory. 10:18 to go. The clock stops. Fakes it, gives it to Morgan going up the middle, trying to fight for that yard they need for a first down, and they're going to spot him really close. I think he's going to have enough. Yep, side judge says move the chain, so a tough run by Morgan there. Down to the 43, gives him just enough for a first down.
That first run of the game as well for Western Brown, and Morgan able to get it done, does just enough to get past the marker for the first down.
So it'll be first down and 10 now from the 43-yard line, a little pressure. Bradford steps up through it. He's got room to run. Picks up a block on the side from Harmon, trots out of bounds into his own sideline. And that's going to be a first down run from Bradford. I know they're going to spot him just short. Be at about a 9-yard gain. Will bring up second down and 1.
And Bradford looks pretty comfortable in the pocket right now. It seems like he's seeing the pocket pretty well tonight, looking downfield. Obviously, he didn't like what he saw in the coverage, able to step up as those ends were kind of crashing in on him, get underneath for 9.
So that'll be second down and 1 now from the 34-yard line. Broncos moving the ball here on their first drive offensively. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. This time they're going to hand it off to Morgan. Tries to bounce it outside, has some room. Now met with a couple of tacklers, but is going to have enough for the first down. Nice job coming up to the ball and laid another big hit. And it's going to be just enough again for the first down. So Morgan, some tough sledding here to start it, but getting just enough of that forward progress to move the chains. First and 10 again.
Yeah, had to bounce that one way wide. Started on the left side, went all the way out past the right tackle. And again, just enough for that first down. But that's what this Bronco team needed. A nice sustained drive going here.
So it's going to be first and 10 from the 33 now. Bradford takes a snap, hands it off to Morgan up the middle, makes one man miss, now falls forward past the 30-yard line down to about the 29. Looks like about a 3-yard run will bring up second down and 7.
Yeah, another inside run there off the right guard. Morgan picks up about 3.5, maybe 4. Mixing things up here now, running the ball early in the downs.
9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here, Simon Kenton still leads 7-0. Western Brown has the ball and driving. Bradford, quick throw over the middle, has it complete. Nice back shoulder catch there from number 8, Peyton Day. And I believe that's going to give them another first down. It's going to be really close. Yep, they're going to move the chains again. So Bronco offense in a nice rhythm here on this first drive.
4 first downs already in the drive, 2 third down conversions. 2 things that they struggled with against Hillsboro was getting first downs early in the game and converting on third down as well.
Empty set this time, and now Bradford tries a hard count, and it's going to be an offsides call. So some help from the far side of that, left side of that defensive line over there. I think that was number 50 on the far side. Stuart Campbell got a little jumpy and touched the right tackle over there, so that's going to move him forward 5 yards. They'll make it first down and 5 from the 21. 8:30 to go here in this first quarter.
And Campbell immediately gets checked out, have a conversation with Coach on the sideline.
So same set here from Western Brown. 3 lined up out wide on the left, 2 up high on the right. Western Brown headed over towards that north end zone, towards the elementary school. Quick throw from Bradford, has it complete to Morgan. Down inside the 10, brought down on the play by number 2, Jordan Pendleton, but that'll move the chains again for Western Brown, and it's going to be first down and goal.
Yeah, really nice play there. Just a short curl route for Morgan and able to turn to the outside and get a little leverage on the linebacker there and get upfield for that first down.
Well, just a reminder, coming up at the half, it's the Health Source of Ohio halftime report. We'll bring you your first half checkup, your Cincinnati Studio Bengals update, and more. Empty set here. Bradford takes the snap. He's going to run this one up the middle, and he's hit right away. And the ball popped out late, but I think they're going to say he was down by contact. And defender there for the Pioneers came flying in and dumped Bradford quick. That's going to bring up second down.
Yeah, quarterback draw there, run all the way, and Simon Kenton ready for that one. They got Bradford for a 1-yard loss.
I didn't get a number on that tackle, but I think it was number 11. That would be Brandon Schoborg, came flying in there. This time they'll line up Morgan in the backfield, 2 receivers on the left. Bradford takes a snap, good protection, has time, now rolls out to his left, squares his shoulders, throws it late, has it complete inside, right about the 5-yard line. That's complete to number 18, Adam Pena, the big tight end. And that's going to bring up a third down and goal here with just over 7 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Had a little heavier set there, too, with Pena in, and they had an H-back on that right side as well. Just drug him across the field. Pena able to get about 5 on that play, 4 or 5.
Broncos looking to go quick here. They line up 2 on the left, or 2 on the right, rather, 1 on the left. Morgan in the backfield. Hard count doesn't work this time. It's going to be third and goal from the 6. This would be a big drive if Western Brown can cap this one off with a touchdown after that quick strike from Simon Kenton. Would even things up here, or at least a chance to even things up after a touchdown. And now Coach Osborne's going to take a quick timeout, doesn't like what he sees, and going to kind of talk it over here on the sideline. But, again, really good offensive drive here so far, taking up a lot of time, but some kind of short intermediate throws, and we talked about that in our pregame huddle, and it just kind of seems like Coach Osborne's wanting to do that a little bit more, get Bradford more comfortable, get some throws. It's kind of like a basketball player you always see. You got to see one go in, then it feels like the gates are open. So really nice job. Bradford's done a good job, had a little bit of pressure, but offensive line doing really well and getting the ball to some playmakers in space, and it's been a good drive if they can cap it off.
And kind of back to basics for this offense, too. That's what they do so well, is just kind of dink and dunk down the field, and the deep balls will come when they come. But that was one of the things Bradford kind of struggled with last week, was his accuracy on the deep ball. But he did great in the short and the intermediate passing routes last week. So Coach Osborne kind of recognizing that, hey, let's do what my guy's successful with, and they're having a great drive here to start the game.
So big third down and goal coming up from the 6:33 to go in the first quarter after the timeout from the Broncos. They'll have two remaining. Simon Kenton still has all three of theirs. High snap, takes it, fakes the handoff, rolls out, nowhere to go for Bradford. He's going to be dumped by a couple of defenders, and that one goes for a loss back to about the 9-yard line, and kind of a busted play from the beginning. And it looks like they're going to run on Naomi Cover, and she's going to try a field goal.
Yeah, lost a few on that play. Usually in this situation, Coach Osborne going for it in most cases, but he elects to try to go for 3.
So again, number 46, the female kicker, Naomi Cover, coming on, a good soccer player here for the Lady Broncos. Snaps back, holds down. Kick is on the way. It's up, end over end, and it is good. Good-looking kick from Cover will put 3 on the board for Western Brown. So 7-3 here as Western Brown puts together a nice drive and cuts into that lead. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge and GoodGuysRadioTV.com.
At the heart of our community and cheering along with you, Merchants National Bank has been your local bank for over 145 years. Just like our team on the field, we're committed to hard work, teamwork, and supporting our community. Whether you're saving for the future, buying your first home, or growing your business, Merchants National Bank is here to help you reach your goals. Stop by any of our convenient local locations or visit online at merchantsnat.com. Merchants National Bank, a real community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
As it teed up, line drive kick, and that one's going to be fielded right about the 12-yard line. Same kind of play as last time, coming down the middle. Big hit as Lake and Deal came flying in there, and this time better coverage down the field. Still a good return out to the 32-yard line, but a better coverage on that kickoff. And again, Coach Osborne, I think, has to be happy with that drive. You know, you come into a game, you kind of get punched in the teeth right away and take a 7-0 deficit 15 seconds into the game. A nice response from his offense there. We'll see if the defense can figure it out.
And that's one of those things, too. You give up a big play. It's obviously a misassignment. There's nobody around the receiver there in that situation. So they'll learn from it. They'll grow, and they got a better coverage there on that kick return by Simon Kenton.
So Simon Kenton will have it back on the 32-yard line. First down and 10, 5:45 to go in the first quarter. One man in the backfield with Webb. 3 receivers lined up out wide to the left. This time they'll hand it off up the middle, has some room, bounces it outside, stiff arms the tackler, keeps his balance, and a tough run by the good running back number 6, Landon Brown will move the chains, about a 13-yard scamper on the first play. Nice run there from the Pioneers.
Yeah, I don't think they had anyone split out to that right side, and that's where the run was designed to go. Gets a stiff arm and then gets down the field for a first down.
I think that was number 59, Nash Scroggins on the tackle. Came all the way from the opposite side of the defensive line to make the tackle. Up to the 45, it'll be first down and 10. Webb in the shotgun, sends a man in motion, takes a snap. They're going to hand this one off, coming back this way on the reverse. Spins, another nice move and some good good athletes on the outside here. That was number 10, the receiver who caught the touchdown, Grayson Harris. And that's going to be another first down. So back-to-back, about 12-yard chunk plays will move the chains again for the Pioneers.
Yeah, both of them going off that right side of the offensive line. Seems like they may want to run that way, maybe the heavier run side of this front.
Webb takes a shotgun snap. He wants to throw this one, throws it late, and some contact, and a flag comes flying out as Pena just shoved the intended receiver to the ground. I'm not sure that one's going to be complete either way, but Pena put two hands on him and shoved him down to the turf. Pass was intended for number 11, Braden Schoborg, rather. And it'll go incomplete, but a penalty going against Western Brown.
Yeah, tried to give him a shove before he passed him off to the safeties. So he was coming across the middle, and you're right, he didn't even have his eyes towards the football when that one was coming his way. Big mistake there.
So it'll be a pass interference going against Western Brown. So a couple of plays run, and they're all the way down inside the 30 now to the 28-yard line. So that's going to be 1st and 10 after the penalty. 4:57 to go in this first quarter. Simon Kenton trying to go 2 for 2 here on some drives. Webb, quick throw out towards the far side, has it complete, trying to pick up some blocks. Dre Mitchell sheds a block and slings him out of bounds, but a penalty flag comes flying in, and it looks like a holding call is going to go against the Pioneers. It's going to back them up, so pretty nice little throw and catch there. Good coverage by Dre Mitchell, but a penalty will back him up.
Zayden Nichols out in coverage there on that right side of the defense. He just got tackled as the player with the ball ran by him. That one will be coming back.
So some penalty yards given up by Western Brown. Pioneers give some of them back on the holding call, so now back all the way up to the 38-yard line where it's going to be 1st down and 20. So tough holding penalty right at the line of scrimmage will back them all the way up the full 10 yards, and it'll be 1st down and 20 with 4:41 to go in this first quarter. Webb takes a snap, looking towards his sideline, has it complete. Forrest, can't remember his last name to be honest over there. Forrest Hughes did with the catch, and he's going to be met pretty quickly. Goes forward for a couple yards, going to bring up 2nd down and long.
Yeah, Ty Spalding getting to the edge quick on that one. Runs him out of bounds. It's another tackle on his career.
I'm going to be honest. I just had a moment. I almost said Forrest Gump. I really did. So it'll be 2nd down and 15, so they get 5 of those penalty yards back. And again, another pretty good-looking drive here so far. Some big run plays. Put him down inside Western Brown territory. Now behind the sticks with the penalty. 2nd down and 15. Webb hands this one off up the middle. Nice little cut move up the middle and able to get all the way down to about the 20-yard line. I think he's going to be just short of the line to go. It'll bring up 3rd down, but a nice run there by Landon Brown.
Hey, Brown's had a couple nice holes to run through early on in the contest. Not really contacted till he's about 4, 5, 6 yards down the field. Picks up a huge chunk on 2nd down. 3rd and short coming up. First 3rd down for the Pioneers tonight.
3rd and 3 from the 21. 3.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Webb in the shotgun has Brown right behind him. 2 on the right, 1 on the left. Webb takes a snap, hands it off to Brown, going up the middle, and this time Ty Spalding's ready for him and dumps him for maybe even a little bit of a loss or no gain. So that's going to bring up a 4th down situation here. We'll see what Coach Wynn decides to do. But a nice play there by the big man, Ty Spalding, to drop him for no gain. And it's going to be 4th down and 3.
Yeah, they did move the marker back about a half yard or so. So tackle for loss there. Huge on 3rd down.
So they'll call it 4th and a short 4, I believe, from the 22. 2:55 to go in the first. Simon Kenton still leads 7-3 over Western Brown. 4 receivers out wide. Brown on the backfield with Webb. Webb tries a hard count. No one jumps. Now looks over to Coach Wynn to the sideline. Trying to get a free 5 yards, and now Simon Kenton's going to have to take their first time out. So big opportunity here for Western Brown's defense. Kind of bend, don't break. The penalty helps them out a little bit on the holding call, but would be a big opportunity for them to get off the field here if they can get a stop on 4th down.
Yeah, and it hasn't been too long of a drive either for the defense as far as time-wise being on the field. So they've got to be feeling pretty good after that 3rd down stop. We'll see what the Pioneers decide to do here on this 4th down play. Don't know. There aren't too many high school kickers that have a 40-yard leg, but we'll see what they come out of the huddle with.
Well, remember 99.5 is your home for the Ohio University Bobcats. The Cats host West Virginia next Saturday, September 6th, in their home opener. Coverage begins here at 3 p.m. Kickoff right here on 99.5 The Edge. Ohio University dropped a close one to Rutgers on Thursday night. Thursday night. Takes a snap. Webb looking to his left. Has some time. He's going to throw it towards the end zone. Man has a step, and it's going to be complete for the touchdown over on that far side. That's back-to-back touchdowns. Number 10, Grayson Harris. A beautiful throw by Webb, and Harris comes down with it in the end zone. And that's going to be a 4th down conversion and a touchdown for Simon Kenton. Makes it 13-3 with the extra point coming up.
Yeah, just a really good ball to Harris. He's able to just dive under that one. Not much defense in the way of that one either. Just secured it, got to the ground.
Zayden Nichols down that far side. They're going to go for 2 here, trying to go up the middle, and that's going to be in for the 2-point conversions. Number 2, Jordan Pendleton. So that'll make it a 15-3 ball game. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Southern State Community College celebrates 50 years of educating our community. From humble beginnings, Southern State has evolved to become a cornerstone of accessible education, offering flexible learning that includes a growing number of online classes and fully online programs. Southern State Community College empowers you to succeed quickly with a very affordable tuition rate when compared to many four-year institutions. Call 800-628-7722 or apply online at sscc.edu.
In that first series, not a lot of pressure on Bradford in the backfield. He was able to step up a few times, make some good plays, had a nice run there on one of the downs there and got about 9.
Line drive kick was going to be fielded and bounces off his hands. Actually, Morgan inside the 5. Now he's able to scoop it up. It does have some room. Trying to get over towards that sideline on the far side. Goes out towards the 25-yard line where it's going to be knocked out of bounds into Simon Kenton's sideline. It'll be 1st down and 10 where the Western Brown offense will be coming out for their second possession here. So again, 15-3 in favor of Simon Kenton. Back-to-back touchdown drives to start the game for them. Struck quick on that first play and then a sustained drive there on the last one, a 4th down conversion they're able to put in the end zone. But again, Western Brown offense looked comfortable that first time out. We'll see if they're able to put one together maybe and put one in the end zone and try to cut into that lead.
And Simon Kenton was giving them some cushion there on the edge too, which allowed Western Brown to just kind of dink and dunk down the field. Gave them a lot of cushion. We'll see if they adjust here in this second series for Western Brown offensively.
So 2:28 to go in the first. Bradford takes the snap, rolling to his right. He's going to run this one. Has some room over on that far sideline. Goes out of bounds into the Simon Kenton bench. And that's going to be a nice little run on 1st down. It's going to bring up 2nd down and looks to be about 3.
Yeah, it looked really good. He had some pressure coming off his left side, tucked and ran to the right edge, got out of bounds on the Simon Kenton bench. It looks like they'll give him about 6.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 4. Bradford rolling to his left, wants to throw, squares his shoulders late. He's going to throw this one, and that one's going to go incomplete out of bounds. And it's going to be a penalty flag coming in late. And it looks like it's going to be a pass interference going against Simon Kenton, so a penalty is going to help out this Western Brown offense.
Valdez trying to get over to that ball, got tripped up right before the sideline, and that'll be a 1st down.
So a penalty going against Simon Kenton. We'll move it up past the 45-yard line to the 46. Going to be an automatic 1st down. Not a spot foul in high school like it is in the NFL, but a 15-yard penalty. So with 2:15 left to go in the first, it'll be 1st and 10 now as Western Brown approaching midfield. Bradford takes the empty snap, looking over the middle, has some pressure, now steps up, going to run this way, coming towards his own sideline, able to shake one tackle, now knocked out of bounds, but not after about a 6-yard gain, 5 or 6 yard run. That'll bring up another 2nd down and medium for the Western Brown offense.
Another nice tuck and run, gets upfield, about 5 on that one. Bradford looking, again, pretty comfortable in the pocket, just recognizing the pressure and able to step up through it and get upfield and make a positive play for his offense.
So it'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 49, or right at opposite 49 as they go into Simon Kenton territory. Bradford in the shotgun by himself, 2 on the left, 3 on the right. Bradford takes this high snap, able to tip it to himself. Now he's going to run over that way, has some pressure, and he's going down. That was number 32, Jason Rabe, got in there and is going to drop him for the sack, and is going to bring up a third down in a little bit longer situation now, about 3rd and 8 after the lost yardage.
And pressure got in there quick. Simon Kenton brought 2 extra guys off that right side of the defense, and Bradford didn't really have anywhere to go except to his right and got brought down immediately for a big sack.
So now 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Morgan off the right side of Bradford in the shotgun, takes the snap, has some pressure on that side, rolls to his left, throws it out this way, has it complete to Valdez, trying to get upfield, and not going to be able to do it as he's brought down by 3 or 4 Pioneers. A penalty flag flies in. I believe this penalty is going to be going against Western Brown. We'll get the, looked like one of those holding calls from the back. It is going to be holding. So we'll see what they decide to do, if they're going to accept the penalty or decline it. But either way, it's going to bring up either a 4th down or a 3rd and long.
They are going to walk it off. They accept that holding call.
So back inside the 40 now, all the way back to the about 36-yard line, 37-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down and long. Haven't seen a lot of big chunk plays from this Western Brown offense, kind of just taking 4 or 5 at a time, but going to need a big one here on 3rd and long to give them a chance on 4th down. And now another penalty, some movement on the right side of the offensive line is going to back them up 5 more. So pouring some salt in the wound here is going to make it a 3rd and very long now for this Western Brown offense.
And Loudermilk has a big cushion. He's off to the right side on single coverage. He's got about a 15-yard cushion.
So they'll line up 4 on the left now. Loudermilk by himself out high on the right side. Bradford in the shotgun, under a minute to go. 3rd down and 23 for Western Brown. Bradford takes the snap, looking this way, has some pressure, and they're going to get to him. Able to get a paw on him was number 4, Tucker Ober, and drags him down for the sack, and that's going to force a punt for Western Brown.
That'll be the 2nd straight 3rd down they did not convert on. 3 sacks now for the Pioneer defensive front.
So it's going to be 4th and 23. They'll mark him with no gain, as Ty Spalding's going to come in and punt it away for Western Brown with just over 30 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Bronco offense got a couple of first downs and then stalled out after some penalties. Spalding takes the snap. Wobbly kick over towards the other sideline. It's going to be fielded right around the 42-yard line. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back on 99.5 and GoodGuysRadioTV.com.
Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium? Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding has added 2 new profiles within the past year that would make great options. A heavier 26-gauge metal board and batten with several colors to choose from adds a fresh new look to any project regardless of size. Or come in and check out our new options for standing seam. If it's steel roofing and siding, it comes from Higgins. Located in Hillsboro and Jackson, Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding. Family owned and operated since 1958.
What we believe matters because it shapes who we are. At First State Bank, we believe in rural communities. We have since our start in 1884. We're proud of where we come from. And while others have come and gone, we've remained because standing by the folks you believe in is what a real local bank does. First State Bank, built on belief.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Cooper Tarvin Insurance. Call 513-752-9960 or visit ctinsurance.net.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
C103 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
to Shack baseball,
Wells is going to drive. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football,
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
to Shack volleyball,
Hatton for the kill, it's good.
local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV. At the heart of our community and cheering along with you, Merchants National Bank has been your local bank for over 145 years. Just like our team on the field, we're committed to hard work, teamwork, and supporting our community. Whether you're saving for the future, buying your first home, or growing your business, Merchants National Bank is here to help you reach your goals. Stop by any of our convenient local locations or visit online at merchantsnat.com. Merchants National Bank, a real community bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
First quarter was 15-3. Western Brown has Simon Kenton in a 3rd down and 13 now in their own territory. So a little bit of a chance here for this Western Brown defense to try to get off the field still. If they're able to get a big stop here, Simon Kenton headed from right to left now on your radio dial. Quarterback takes a shotgun snap. This is French, has some pressure, and he gets out of it. Almost dropped the ball, had that thing out in one hand, and Western Brown still after him, and they're able to bring him down. Still fighting for some yardage. Man, he is a tough one to get down over there. That's number 13, the other quarterback, Caleb French, and that goes for a little bit of a loss. It's going to be 4th and long, so a big stand here for this Western Brown defense as they're able to get off the field and force a punt.
Yeah, really good series for them. Got the tackle for loss on 1st down, then a just short gain on 2nd down, and then the sack on 3rd down. So big confidence boost for Coach Wilson and that defensive front, especially getting after the quarterback on that one.
So Western Brown has Braden Harmon back deep to receive the punt here from the Pioneers. 10.5 minutes ago in this first half, a big stand by the Western Brown defense. Going to try to put something together on offense and cut into this 15-3 lead. Left-footed punt, nice spiral kick will back him all the way up to about the 18-yard line as that'll flip the field for Simon Kenton. But again, a good job by that Western Brown defense and Coach Cody Wilson to get off the field. And then Western Brown's going to have it 1st and 10 now inside their own 20. But again, a big stop for Western Brown.
A big booming punt there to pin them right at their 20-yard line to start this series. But great job from that defense and Coach Cody Wilson getting off the field 3 and out.
So it'll be 1st down and 10. Actually, they're going to put it right on the 20-yard line. So I guess that's where they're going to say. He called the fair catch at the 20, so 10:21 to go here in this first half. Tight formation this time. They're going to hand it off to Morgan. Bounces it outside, able to get through a couple of tacklers. Takes a couple of shots now around the 24-yard line, but a tough 4-yard run will make it 2nd down now for Western Brown.
Morgan's had to bounce these runs outside early on just to pick up a few. He got about 4 or 5 there to start this drive for Western Brown.
So it'll be 2nd down and 6 from the 24-yard line. 3 receivers on the left. Loudermilk out wide on the right. Morgan in the backfield. Bradford takes the snap, looks that way, now throws it back the other way, has some room, and it's complete up past the 25. Going to go down about the 27-yard line. Is going to bring up a 3rd and manageable now for Western Brown.
Tried the tunnel screen that time, picked up a couple there on 2nd down. They've had a lot of success with that play in the past. Usually on that one, you want the O-line to set just a little bit longer to push those linebackers back in coverage and get that defensive line up the field.
Empty set now. Bradford tries a hard count, checks the sideline. A 3rd down and 3 from their own 27. Trying to get that first down of the drive and keep the chains moving, keep the drive alive with 9:10 to go in this first half. Western Brown now headed towards that south end zone over towards Mount Orb Middle School. Quick throw, trying it the other way again, and it's a little too high. Now a penalty flag flies out. I think it's going to be kind of a unnecessary roughness penalty going against Western Brown. The pass was incomplete, so it's going to be 4th down either way.
They're signaling ineligible downfield. Lyman getting upfield a little bit too far on that one. Tried that same tunnel screen coming back to Valdez.
So that'll back him up after the penalty with 9:02 to go in the first half. Actually looks like
I think they're going to decline it, and it'll be 4th down.
So after the penalty is declined, it'll be 4th down here and 3. Right now the Western Brown offense still on the field. We'll see if they decide to go for it or punt it away. Bradford's looking to throw it, has some pressure now, steps up through it, trying to fight for the yardage, and he's not going to get there. That's going to be a turnover on downs. So Western Brown gambles in their own territory, and it's going to be a turnover on downs, and Simon Kenton set up with a short field.
Yeah, protection collapsed on him, tried to make the most of it, scramble for those yards, but came up a few short.
So 8:57 to go in this first half. I guess we can we did one time where we like plugged it in up here or something. I don't know. Just directly into that thing. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not.
Ball. Spalding.
So what's going on? Is the dongle bad? It did.
Oh.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Does it sound better?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot better.
He says a lot better.
Must be the dongle.
Okay. So we're ready whenever. You can put us back on whenever. I don't know what, you're probably running ads like crazy, but
I'll put you back on right now.
Okay.
You're back to 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back here. Going through a little technical problems, but we got it back now. Western Brown able to force a turnover. Now Justin Morgan down the sideline has a nice gain. And Western Brown cooking here They turned it over on downs. Ty Spalding came in and forced a fumble on what would have been a tackle for loss, I believe. And Western Brown in some business now, past the 50 after a nice run by Morgan.
Yeah, Spalding had a great play on the edge. Got the receiver wrapped up, punched the ball out as he was trying to bring him down to the ground. Broncos jumped all over it. Now they got a drive going here offensively into Pioneer territory.
Empty set here from Western Brown. Bradford in the shotgun, has 3 on his left, 2 on the right. Some pressure. He's able to step around it, now throws it late, and he's going to take a big shot as the ball bounced right off the face mask of, I believe that was number 11, Schoborg. And actually, he comes up a little lame there with that left arm. I'm not sure if his arm kind of got caught in there or something, but it's going to be an incompletion as he's going to have to go to the sideline in some major pain over there on that left side. So it'll be incomplete. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Bradford did just enough to get rid of that one and get the incompletion.
So same formation here, Western Brown. Now they're going to quick throw over towards the sideline. Has it complete to Harmon, trying to pick up a block, but a penalty flag is going to fly out. It looks like a holding call as looks like number 3 over there on the far side. Valdez got a little too much of the jersey. That one's going to go against Western Brown.
That was a long throw from the right hash all the way to the left sideline for Bradford. A little too much jersey over there on the edge.
So that's going to back him up after the penalty. Simon Kenton accepting the penalty, puts him back on the 42-yard line now, where it's going to be 2nd down and long.
Seems like the Pioneers are trying to bring pressure almost every play at Bradford, disrupt the throws early.
3 bunch on the right, 2 on the left. Bradford takes the snap, has some pressure, steps around it, throws it late, has it complete. Valdez able to slip out of a tackle up past the 30, pushed outside, and goes out of bounds around the 23-yard line. A nice play there, and that's going to be a 1st down for Western Brown. 7:03 to go here in this first half, and Western Brown able to get the penalty yards back and get a 1st down.
3rd 1st down as well in the 2nd quarter now for the Broncos. Doing a great job on this series. Simon Kenton with only a 3-man front, but they're bringing at least 4 every play. Usually one of those Mike linebackers.
So Morgan in the backfield. They're going to fake the handoff to him, throw it, has it complete. That's going to be Valdez again, puts his head down, takes a couple of shots, but down around the 10-yard line. They're going to spot him right about the 12, and it looks like that's going to be another 1st down. So Western Brown moving the chains here on offense.
Bradford, again, just looking really comfortable, has pressure in his face, but kind of pop pass right over the defender, able to get the 1st down yards.
It's going to be 1st and 10. Going to need about the 2-yard line, I believe, for a 1st down to get a new set of downs. 6:44 to go in this first half. So it'll be 6 minutes and 22 seconds to go. And now it looks like Western Brown's going to have to take their 2nd timeout of the half. Or maybe that'll be their 2nd timeout, so they'll have 1 left with 6:21 to go. But again, a nice job here by Western Brown. They're able to move the chains a couple of times. They're turning this turnover into a nice drive and would be a big momentum swing here if they can get in that end zone and cut into this lead. And still a lot of time left for Simon Kenton with the ball, but never know, maybe get another chance at it, and they do get the ball back after halftime. But got to feel like Western Brown feels pretty good with that momentum kind of swinging back their way after the big turnover from Spalding.
And this is one of those things, too, you're seeing from Bradford. He's throwing back into where the blitz is coming from. So usually in those situations, you're losing a guy in coverage. You have to roll the defense over the top to cover that. And Bradford's doing a great job getting it to his guys before they can get those safeties down or those linebackers over.
So it's going to be 1st down. The scoreboard says the ball is on the 18-yard line, but I believe it is on the 12-yard line, judging by where that side judge is. So 6:21 to go. Western Brown trying to punch it in here and cut into that 15-3 lead that Simon Kenton has. Quick throw from Bradford. Valdez able to catch it in some traffic. Penalty flag flies out. We'll check the penalty. For now, he's going to be down, and it looks like it's going to be pass interference going against the offense. Tried a little pick play there, and I think maybe it was Morgan over there. Got a little contact a little too soon. So it looks like another penalty going against Western Brown is going to back him up as Coach Osborne is pleading his case, doesn't like the call.
And they sent that tunnel screen again to Valdez on that left side. Same play. Completed that one, but it looked like they maybe got a block in the back, or I'm not sure what the signal is.
Yeah, it was either offensive pass interference or blocking. I'm not sure. Coach Osborne disagrees with the call as they're going to back him up now. So it'll still be first down, but it's going to be from a little bit farther out on the field now. So maybe that 18-yard line thing on the scoreboard was foreshadowing. They knew it's out past the 20 now, actually, where it's going to be, looks like first down and 20. 6:15 to go. Simon Kenton leads 15-3 over Western Brown. Empty set here. 3 on his left, 2 on the right. Bradford in the shotgun takes a snap, and now another penalty flag flies out. And more yards given up by the offense. That's going to be a false start on the far sideline here by, I think it was Loudermilk. Moved a little bit too soon, so Western Brown offense going the wrong way with some penalties.
Yeah, 15 yards given up on back-to-back plays. Keep the first down, but obviously not what you want to see inside the red zone. Now you're backed up to the 26.
So Bradford empty set again. He'll take the snap this time, looking to his right, has some pressure on that side. He's going to throw it late towards the end zone. Trying to go up high and get it. Loudermilk almost came down with a great catch, but really good coverage on the back end there. I believe that was number 1. Eli Mullins got in there at the last second to knock it away. Good throw by Bradford, but it falls incomplete. Will bring up second down and 25.
It was a really good throw, really good coverage from Simon Kenton as well, able to close down on Loudermilk, put a big shot on him too once that ball got to him.
I mean, he laid that thing right in there. That was a beautiful throw. Just couldn't quite come down with it in the traffic. Maybe even better defensive play on the back end. Well, again, stay tuned for our coach's comments show right after the game, presented by Cooper Tarvin Insurance. Bradford takes the snap, looking to his left, wants to throw that way. He's going to throw it to Harmon, and falls in and out of his hands, incomplete over on that far sideline. And that's going to bring up a third down and long situation now here as Harmon, usually the short-handed receiver, can't quite bring that one in.
Just got those eyes upfield a little bit too early, trying to pick up more. Would have been about 7 or 8 from where he was. Now it's 3rd and 25.
So 3rd and long, clock stops with 5:55 to go here in this first half. Western Brown able to come up with that big turnover down inside their own territory. Trying to cap off a drive with some points. Have not been able to punch it in the end zone yet. Have put together some really good drives. Just have not been able to find the end zone so far. Bradford takes the snap, has good protection, throws over the middle, has it complete. That's going to be number 8, Peyton Day. Fights for some extra yards, gets a lot of the penalty yardage back. But it's going to be 4th down, and we'll see if they decide to try to kick another field goal or if Coach Osborne's going to keep the offense out there and just try to go for it.
Offense still on the field now. Looks like Coach Osborne wanting to go for it in this situation. Down 2 scores.
So it's 4th down and 14 from the ball's right around the 16-yard line, rather. 17 seconds on the play clock. 3 receivers lined up on the left. 1 man out wide on the right is Nichols. Morgan in the backfield with Bradford. Bradford takes a snap. Looks like they're going to go for it now. A very late timeout call from the Simon Kenton sideline as Coach Wynn is over there ripping somebody. Didn't like the way they were lined up. So they're going to have to burn one of their final timeouts here. But again, they, and appreciate everybody sticking with us. We had a little technical issue there, but we got it worked out now. But, it's just one of those, it seems like one of those games where it's just like someone's waiting to make that big break play. If they can just break through and put one in and give themselves a little confidence. They've had some really good offensive drives, and defense has come up with a couple of big stops and a turnover. So, again, a pretty complete first half here. 3 seems like they should have some more points on the board.
And this is where Coach Osborne wants to be in this situation. You got the ball, you're down 2 scores, you get the ball to start the second half. So if you can put points on the board here, hey, you got a chance to take the lead in the second half in this situation. This is a really good opponent, Simon Kenton, again, out-of-state opponent, 6A, biggest division in the state of Kentucky. They're more than double this enrollment of Western Brown, so a really big school, but Western Brown hanging in here right now.
Again, I want to thank our season sponsors, including Higgins Steel Roofing, CR Deals, and John Wood Insurance. So 4th down and 13, they're going to call it from the 17-yard line. Western Brown, Bradford takes a snap, has some pressure, steps up through it, rolls out to his right now, squares his shoulders, throws towards the end zone, has a man. It's complete. Number 3, the big touchdown catch from Elijah Valdez. And Western Brown finally able to punch one in on a 4th and long and caps off a big drive for the Broncos right back in this thing.
Huge play, too. Bradford steps up in the pocket, keeps that composure, always had his eyes down the field. Valdez scampering over to that right corner of the end zone, and Bradford puts a perfect ball on him.
And again,
6 for the Broncos.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Rob. Got to give Bradford a lot of credit. Looks really comfortable, doing a nice job just sliding up, moving over, avoiding the pressure, and gave Valdez enough time to run wide open. Cover on for the extra point. That one's going to be blocked. So the score will hold 15-9 with 5:01 to go here in the first half. But a good drive from Western Brown. They punch it in as Coach Chaz Patton is not happy with the blocked extra point out there. But again, Western Brown able to cap off a nice drive and punch it in. So 15-9, they cut into the lead. Still 5 minutes to go. Western Brown is out of timeouts here in this first half. I believe Simon Kenton still has 1 left. So plenty of time for them to put together a drive. But again, you got to be a big confidence boost for that defense. Kind of backed up, heels back in their own territory. They're able to come up with a big turnover. Ty Spalding, I think we talked about him breaking the tackle record. Since we started broadcasting Western Brown, I don't think I've said anyone's name more than Ty Spalding. I mean, he is all over the place. He creates all kinds of havoc out there on the defensive end. But Western Brown hanging tough right here in the first half.
Yeah, they really are. They're showing their grit and composure, able to rebound after the big kick return to start the game, and then the first play of the game offensively for Simon Kenton, the big touchdown pass. So defense is recovered, and coverage team about to go make another play after the touchdown.
So Jetter's going to tee it up. Aiden Jetter on the 40-yard line. So it kind of seems like Jetter's going to do the kickoff duties, and maybe Naomi Cover doing the field goal and extra point duties so far to this point in the season. Jetter, again, both of them soccer players. Aiden Jetter, the goalie on the men's soccer team here. Naomi Cover, one of the players on the Lady Broncos soccer team. This one's fielded inside the 10. Nice line drive kick. Trying to get it back towards the sideline, picking up some blocks, and now has some room to run. A penalty flag flies in. A big return up to the 45, and still going past the 50. And looks like they're finally, still going. What a return all the way down to the 25, but there's a penalty flag all the way back on the opposite 25. And I believe this one's going to be coming back. What a return. That was number 2 again. Pendleton with some serious speed and jumped over a couple of tacklers on the far side, but this one's coming back from a penalty.
Yeah, huge return there up his own sideline out to that right side return where they had success on that opening kickoff return, but a little too much jersey around the 25-yard line. So this will be the worst starting field position for the Pioneers tonight.
So it would have been all the way down to the 25 of Western Brown, but now it's going to be all the way back inside the 20 of their own territory. But, man, again, the penalty helped him out, but what a return from Pendleton. My goodness, he was jumping over people, bouncing off tacklers. Looked like 3 or 4 times Western Brown had him dead to rights and just kind of slithered through there. But, again, the penalty backs him all the way up to the 15-yard line. So 4:46 to go. Western Brown defense trying to come up with another stop. Had a couple of stops on back-to-back drives here after the fumble last time. Webb in the shotgun, 2 on his right, 1 on his left. Hands this one off up the middle to Brown, has some room, goes over on that right side, slips through a tackle, and now he's going to be knocked out of bounds. Dre Mitchell finally able to kind of funnel him out of bounds, but not before a run all the way up to past the 30-yard or 25-yard line rather. Nice run on first down there by Landon Brown.
Yeah, big run, patient run, just letting his blocks get set, kind of keeping a hand on the lead blocker in front of him. Big first down run.
See, that's going to take him all the way up to almost the 30-yard line, spot him just short of the 29, where it's going to be first down and 10. So big run by Landon Brown. He's having another nice week here after his week 1 performance. Quick throw from Webb, has it complete over on that far sideline. Bounces it outside, trips up maybe over his own blocker, but not before another nice gain up past the 40 to about the 42-yard line. And that's going to be another first down for Simon Kenton on back-to-back plays.
Yeah, a little bubble screen there. Quick drive going now. Approaching midfield, still over 4.5 left in the half.
I think that was number 2, Pendleton again. So 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. 1 man in the backfield with Webb. This time they're going to pitch it out wide, and the ball's on the ground, bouncing around, and Western Brown looks like they fell on it. Little trouble on the pitch, and Western Brown comes away with another fumble. Tried to pitch it out wide to Moisey Smith, and Webb pitched it to his back shoulder, and they couldn't come down with it, and Western Brown comes away with another takeaway. This defense is being gritty here tonight.
Yeah, that ball was a little bit behind his running back there. Tried to snag it with that left hand, just getting those shoulders turned and not able to reel it in, and immediately the Broncos jump on it. Big turnover on that series that was looking promising for the Pioneers.
And I think that's an underrated thing that's hard to do. Sometimes quarterbacks struggle with that pitch. You got all your momentum going one way, and you got a running back you're trying to get it to him in stride. You're used to throwing the ball down the field, and that lateral can be tricky sometimes. So a little misstep there by the Pioneer offense, and Western Brown has a chance to take the lead here, and we'll get the ball back after halftime. Still 4:13 to go. They are out of timeouts, but great field position on the Simon Kenton 31-yard line.
Really good field position. Plenty of time, too. Coach Osborne can take his time and try to utilize that clock, run it down, and try to leave Simon Kenton with little to no time on the clock.
And now we get a little scoreboard issue over on the right again, the main scoreboard. We had that problem a couple times last year. Just kind of, let's get some random numbers up there. But the smaller scoreboard on the left working just fine. So it'll be first down here. They're going to pitch this one. Harmon's going to throw it. A little trick play from Western Brown, trying to get it down the field. A wobbler, and it's going to be intercepted. So a trick play kind of backfires there. Number 21, Drake Powell, is able to come under it, and they give it right back. So they pitch it to Harmon. He threw it way down the field, and it's going to end up being a turnover all the way down around the 5-yard line. But Western Brown take it. Western Brown give it right back.
Yeah, tough play there. Tried to go for it all and get a quick one on the Pioneers, and they were all over that one. Had two guys in bracket coverage. Big play for them to get the ball right back after the fumble.
So 4:06 to go. Ball is on the 5-yard line, so we're going to have to go 95 yards to punch it in here as the Pioneers. But, again, back-to-back turnovers on back-to-back plays, one for each side. So 4:06 to go here in the first half. Simon Kenton still leading Western Brown 15-9. Shotgun snap. Webb in his own end zone takes it. He's going to throw, trying to get it to number 10 again. Has it, and it's complete all the way up to midfield. Slips out of a tackle. He's still going. Morgan trying to bring him down, and he can't bring him down. And he's going to go in for the touchdown. That's number 10 again, Grayson Harris. And what a half of football he is having here. But there are some penalty flags coming down. Western Brown sideline pointing, and that was a tough run by number 10. Grayson Harris would have had another touchdown, but I think this one's coming back.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. They haven't signaled anything yet.
I think the Western Brown sideline was, he grabbed the face mask of Morgan to try to get him off of him. I think the pass is going to stand, so it's going to be a first down, but we'll see where they end up spotting it. It's not going to be a touchdown, but, man, another beautiful throw by Webb, and that would have been the third touchdown of the night for Harris, but it's going to be a face mask. It looked like when Morgan was trying to bring him down, Morgan had a hold of his right arm, and he tried to get away from him and put his hand inside of his face mask to get him off of him. So it's going to back it up to the 45, but still a huge play from the 5 all the way up to the 45-yard line. So we'll go for a 40-yard gain and be a first down for the Pioneers.
Oh, that's one of those you talked about, the ball that he threw there. Really good pass from number 15, Grant Webb. Good coverage, too, from the Broncos. He just threw a better ball to beat the coverage.
Sophomore quarterback's been impressive here tonight. Webb takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, running towards the Western Brown sideline, trying to cut back up towards the middle. A couple of Broncos will take him down, but a nice little 9, maybe even 10-yard run. I think they're going to spot him just short. It's going to bring up second down and 1.
Yeah, it's one of the first times we've seen him run the ball, showing off the athleticism there after the beautiful throw on the last play.
So they're going to spot him on the 46-yard line. It'll be second down and 1 with 3:25 to go in the first half. Same formation here from the Pioneers. Takes the snap, looking to throw towards his own sideline, and this one's in and out of the hands, falls incomplete. That pass was intended again for Forrest Hughes, and now they're going to say it was a catch. So the side judge came in really late, and I'm not one to say anything negative about officiating, but I think that was an incompletion all the way.
Yeah, that one looked like it came out of his hands, unless he got a leg or something underneath of it, but he definitely didn't have control initially when that ball came to him.
It went through his hands first kind. He never had it clean on the first try. Yeah, like you said, maybe he was able to keep it off the ground on his lap maybe. But it's going to be first down to the 39-yard line, 2:58 to go. Webb in the shotgun, 3 on the right, 1 man in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, throws it quick over the middle, has this one complete. Now another penalty flag flies out. It's going to go for a first down, but I think this one's coming back. Looks like the side judge is going to say an eligible man downfield. So a penalty going against Simon Kenton. Another nice throw and catch, though. That was Pendleton. We've called his name quite a bit here, but penalty's going to negate that one.
Yeah, really good throw. A bullet down the middle, right down the seam. Would have been enough for the first down and then some, but that one will bring him back.
I've been impressed with Webb. He throws a good-looking football. He's a big, tall kid for a sophomore. They got him listed at 6'2", 150. He looks bigger than that to me out there, but he's had a nice first half here. But Western Brown trying to come up with another way to get him off the field after a couple of chunk plays now, kind of stalling out in the middle of the field here with some penalties. Webb in the shotgun, 3 on his right. Brown in the backfield right behind him. This time he's going to hand it to Brown coming off that left side. They're able to get to him right away. That was number 18. Adam Pena got his shoestrings, and then Spalding came in to clean it up for maybe even another short loss. It's going to be second down and long.
Yeah, that'll be a tackle for loss. Pena came on a late blitz there and able to get through minimal contact and brings him down for a 1-yard loss. But you talked about Webb looking bigger than the stats show him at. I think there's a lot of players on this Simon Kenton. They're kind of underselling him height-wise and weight-wise on this roster.
I think that's some of these linemen at like 5'9". They look way bigger than that, but we'll see here. Webb's going to hand this one off, and Spalding, I mean, he couldn't even get it to Brown. Spalding was on him as soon as he touched it, and that's going to be another big loss. It's going to be third and about a quarter of a mile now. And now I don't know what's going on as Coach Osborne is out on the field. Referee signaled a timeout, I think, from Western Brown, but we'll see what they decide to do. But, man, what a play by Spalding. Knife through, and they're going to say it's a timeout. So I guess Western Brown did have a timeout remaining. I'm not sure who took the timeout or if it was Coach Osborne. I'm not sure. That was kind of confusing as Coach Osborne jumped out there really quick. I guess maybe he just didn't want him to run it down really far on third down the time-wise. Not sure, but again, this defense coming up with some big plays. Another back-to-back tackles for loss. Spalding, and they're all the way back at midfield now after having a chance to score a touchdown.
Yeah, it could have been real close to another turnover as well. Spalding shot the gap. He did that last week too and forced a fumble against Hillsboro in that same similar situation, and that was really close again against the Pioneers. Spalding does a great job of timing up those blitzes. Pena on the one before that had another tackle for loss. Back-to-back big plays from those inside linebackers.
I mean, Brown had to think, man, what's going on? He was on him right now. So another loss. It's going to be 3rd and 21, actually, from the 50-yard line. So Western Brown defense now a chance to try to get off the field. They're going to put 2 minutes and 3 seconds back on the clock. So I think that's what Coach Osborne was arguing, that he got the timeout quicker than that. Same formation here, 3 on the right. Brown in the backfield with Webb. Webb rolling to his right. A little pressure by Deal. He's going to throw it late over towards his sideline. This one up for grabs, and it falls incomplete. And a nice play on the back end. That's Dre Mitchell. Haven't called his name a ton tonight, but good coverage on the back end. Mitchell went up high to knock it down. Almost came away with an interception.
Yeah,
it's going to be 4th and long.
Great coverage from Western Brown. Another good throw from Webb, but Mitchell, he's been a bright light for this defense out on the edge at cornerback and skied up there to almost pick that one off. Got both hands on it. Locked the seatbelt on that one. Great play from the senior.
And again, I'm helping out with some basketball stuff here at Western Brown. I can attest to his athleticism. He can jump out of the gym, man. He's a special athlete. He went up high on that one. I thought he was going to come down with it, but honestly, maybe about the same as it would be on a punt here. It might even be a better situation to make him punt it away here on 4th and long, back to midfield on a 4th and 21. We got Harmon back deep again for Western Brown. And it looks like now they're going to back him up, so I'm not sure if there was some type of – they're going to back him up 5, so I guess they're going to call maybe like some type of substitution penalty. I'm not exactly sure. Or had too many men on the field at one point, but it's going to back him up 5, so it's going to be 4th and even longer now from their own 45-yard line. Long snap, and it goes over his head. Oh, he's able to get it, but another penalty flag, and I think they're going to say offside, so Western Brown will give that 5 right back. That was almost snapped over the head of the punter. But now they're going to say offensive penalty, so back them up even farther. This is going to be 4th down at about half the field here soon.
Yeah, right side of that line jumped early.
It'll still never be anything like that play at Wilmington. Remember that?
It's about 4th and 75.
Yes, that was absurd. So it's going to be 4th and long now, and another high snap, but able to handle it, left-footed punt, and this one's going to be short, and it's going out of bounds into the Broncos sideline. That barely, I don't even think that made it to the 45, so that didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage. They're going to spot it right at the 45, so minute 49, good field position for Western Brown, another really good stand on defense, and Coach Cody Wilson, got to be proud of this defense here. They've given up some big plays here and there. Webb's thrown some really good passes, but when their backs are against the wall, they find a way to get off the field.
Yeah, when you got skill guys like Simon Kenton has at running back and receiver, you're going to have those plays. Guys are going to make plays. Talent shines every time, but Dre Mitchell made a great play. We had 2 great plays from the middle linebackers of Western Brown, and Coach Wilson drawing those up at the right time, giving his team a chance here, gets the ball back. Plenty of time for this Bronco offense.
Empty set for Bradford, takes the snap, looking to his right, nobody there. He's going to roll out to his left now towards that Simon Kenton sideline, squares his shoulders and throws a nice little floater over the middle. And that's going to be Justin Morgan down inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line. It's going to be a first down. Nice throw going across his body for Bradford.
Patient play, too. He could have gone to Valdez on the edge. Probably wouldn't have gotten as many yards, and Morgan was wide open, kind of sitting right across from him about 10 yards down the field.
Clock stops on first down, so now they're going to get up there. Clock is starting to roll now. Minute 25 to go in this first half. Bradford in the shotgun, has Morgan on his left hip, now motions him out to the other side. Takes a snap, and now a false start penalty going against Western Brown, an illegal procedure penalty. A little bit of trouble getting that one together. Trying to get up there and go quick with no timeouts left, but going to back them up 5 yards. It'll be first down and 15.
And that's a 5th offensive penalty in the quarter, 30 total yards that they've lost alone in this second quarter, excuse me.
So they'll go same formation. Harmon lined up out wide to the left. 3 receivers out wide on the right. Morgan off the left hip of Bradford. His heels are right on that 50-yard line here. Ball's over on the left hash, and now referee comes in and blows this one dead again. So not sure if there's some kind of play clock issue going on here, but it's been a little bit of a choppy game with a lot of penalties and some back and forth. And it seems like each time one team gives 5 yards on a penalty, the other team gives it right back the other way. So it's been a little bit of stop and go here in this first half.
Yeah, I think I'm clocking about 17 or 18 total penalties from both teams so far in the game. Again, early in the season still, second game, new opponent. They've never seen each other. So, but one of those things that you typically see early on in the season, you want to work those out early on, though.
A couple of these referees are going to have a sore elbow in the morning from throwing those flags out. Bradford in the shotgun, minute 12 to go in the first half. Takes a snap, steps up through some pressure, throws it late, has it complete to Valdez. Valdez down inside the 25, breaks the tackle, and number 3, Elijah Valdez, goes in for 6. And a penalty flag comes in late, and I think it's going to be a sideline penalty. I'm not sure what happened. I think Coach Osborne got excited, but man, what a play by Valdez. I think the touchdown's going to stand, and Western Brown may be taking the lead right here.
Huge play. It looked like Simon Kenton kind of pulled up. They thought the one player was going to bring down Valdez. He sheds the tackle attempt and just scampers in, almost untouched after that. He had about 3 Pioneers around him. They all thought the one was going to bring him down, and Valdez said, no, sir, stiff arms, right to the house.
So we are knotted up at 15 apiece with a minute 2 to go. Cover's on to try the extra point to try to make it a 1-point lead for Western Brown. Bradford will hold it down for. Big play by Valdez. Good looking end-over-end kick, and this one's going to be good from Cover. So she puts it in, makes it a 16-15 game. Western Brown takes the lead. We've got a ball game here, folks. We'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Welcome back in here. 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the first half. Man, what a turn of events. Valdez, a heck of a run after the catch. I mean, as good as it gets. puts it in. Cover adds the extra point. Western Brown finds himself with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, huge play. Valdez sheds the tackle and runs in. Big touchdown pass right over the middle of the field, too, for Western Brown. They get the ball back after the terrible punt from Simon Kenton. Kind of shanked it off the foot. Had a penalty there to set him back a little bit on that drive, but Valdez takes advantage.
So Jetter has it teed up on the 40-yard line. A sideline penalty did come, but it didn't result. Maybe it was just a little bit farther of an extra point, I guess, for Cover, because it's still on the 40-yard line. A penalty flag did come out. Maybe it was just a warning. Maybe it was the first one. And this one's going to bounce, and they're just going to keep it away from Pendleton after that big return. Jetter does kick it out of bounds, so it will be a penalty. But, again, I think just trying to keep it away from the return men and some excitement down there on that Western Brown sideline. But, again, I got to give a lot of credit to Deion Bradford. I mean, had some rough moments in that first week, had some really bright moments as well. I know we've just played almost a half of football here, but, man, he looks comfortable back there. He's moving around, and he's created some of these big plays for Western Brown just by stepping up through the pocket and finding the open man.
Yeah, he really has. He looks, like he's grown about 5 or 6 games in just this 1 week with how poised he looks in the pocket, able to step up and just really just feel the pocket collapse on you. Stay patient, stay calm. You got your athletes down the field. They're going to get open. This is what Western Brown does. They throw the ball a lot, and these playmakers know how to get back to the football.
Webb's in the shotgun, and now they're going to blow this one dead again. Again, it seems like a lot of stoppage time and different things. Now they're both going to go back to their sidelines. But, again, 1 minute and 2 seconds, we've seen some big plays. We've seen some huge plays. It looks like they're going to re-kick it. So I guess maybe Simon Kenton decided to take the penalty. Are you allowed to – is that an option? You can make them re-kick it after you kick it out of bounds? I'm not sure, to be honest.
I've never seen that. I've always seen it applied after the fact, so –
I mean, it looks like, no, they're going to spot it down there. So I guess maybe, again, just some kind of clock issue. Not sure. No, Jetter's coming out. He's going to kick it again, it looks like to me. And now they're going to say that they're not going to re-kick it again. So a little bit of confusion here from the officials. That was a big run everybody off, run everybody right back on situation. But 1 minute and 2 seconds to go. Again, hey, this is a chance here for Western Brown to get a stop and get the ball back. But we've seen some huge plays from this Pioneer offense, so this defense can't let up here with 1 minute and 2 seconds to go. This offense can get some yards in chunks. Webb in the shotgun, 2 receivers on either side. Takes the snap, has some pressure off the right, steps up through it. Now he's looking to run towards the sideline. Comes up, Parker lays a hit on him. He's able to step through it, goes out of bounds. It will stop the clock. And I think he's going to be short of the first down, but a pretty good run there on first down to get out of some pressure.
Yeah, it wasn't. They only brought 3 in pressure that time, but Webb able to step up through it. Picks up a decent gain there on first down. Past the 40-yard line now. Clock stops, so getting out of bounds.
So Webb was able to kind of tiptoe along the sideline there for 6 yards up to the 41. 55 seconds ago. Both teams out of timeouts here. So Simon Kenton trying to punch it in one more time. Western Brown trying to get another stop. Quick throw from Webb. Has it complete. Nice little cut move in the middle. Goes past midfield. Spalding's going to wrap him up now. That's Pendleton. He's going to be inside Bronco territory to about the 48, but kept him in the middle. Clock continues to run, but we'll stop momentarily with the first down.
Just past the 50. 4th first down now. 5th in the quarter.
41 seconds to go. Webb takes a snap. Quick throw over towards the sideline, and this one's going to fall incomplete. That was intended out wide for number 5, Jackson Miller. That one goes into the sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And that was really the first errant throw we've seen from Webb, just a little bit high and outside for his intended target.
38 seconds to go in the first half. 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Ball's on the right hash mark. Webb takes a snap. Quick throw over the middle. That one's going to be tipped and almost intercepted. It was off the hands of Pendleton. It falls incomplete. It'll be a 3rd down and 10 now for the Simon Kenton offense.
And Valdez back there at safety, playing deep, almost came up with that one.
So a big 3rd down and 10 now, 35 seconds to go. A couple of incompletions, but taking basically no time off the clock for the Pioneers. So I would imagine if they can at least get a few yards here on 3rd down, you would see them probably try to go for it on 4th down. Maybe they punt it back and try to pin them deep, but the last punt didn't go so well for the Pioneers. Webb takes a snap, looking to his right, throws it that way, a little high and almost tipped, but a nice catch as Parker couldn't quite get up there and get it. It's going to stop the clock momentarily with 28, but it's going to be first down inside the 30.
And no timeouts for either team now, so they got to get up and call a play quick or potentially clock it.
Referee winds the clock with 28 seconds to go. Now down to 22. Webb takes the snap, looking to the end zone, steps up through some pressure. He's going to run this one, goes up, cuts back in field. He may go in for the touchdown. They're going to bring him down, but all the way down to the 5 in about 14 seconds. And I think maybe we'll see him try to clock this one so they can get enough time to run a couple of plays. All the way down to the 6-yard line in the shotgun, and now some movement up front. And it looks like a penalty flag. They're going to call offsides against Western Brown, so some movement there. So that's going to scoot him up even closer with 12 seconds to go.
Yeah, it looked like he drew the offense off by jumping, crossing the line.
I think they're going to call it on the defense. Lake and Deal came across the line, but I'm not sure if he was drawn. Yeah, they're going to move him down inside the 5 now. So about half the distance to the goal from the 6 down to the 3. 12 seconds to go in this first half. Simon Kenton with a chance here to punch it in one more time. Western Brown defense desperately trying to come up with a stop.
Yeah, if they can get a stop here inbounds, that's potentially going to be the half.
I can't imagine they're going to run it with. I mean, even though Brown's been their workhorse, I would think they're going to put it in the air at least twice. Webb's in the shotgun, 3 on the right, 1 on the left. Webb takes the snap, looking over the middle, throws it to the left, and that one falls incomplete. It was intended for Landon Brown in the backfield, kind of a little screen throw, falls incomplete, 12 seconds to go.
That's good that was incomplete because Ty Spalding was there to clean that one up. That would have been the half.
I think Coach Cody Wilson was saying, man, if there was one I wanted you to catch, that was the one. Now Webb will trot over to the sideline and get to play. So still 12 seconds. Actually, the ball's on the 4-yard line according to the scoreboard, so it'll be second and goal from the 4. 12 seconds to go. Western Brown defense trying to come away with a huge stop here with a 1-point lead. 12 seconds till halftime. Webb takes the snap, rolling out to his right. Looking that way, wants to throw it now. He's going to run it, and Webb's going in. He scores a touchdown. Big run by Webb with only 6 seconds to go. He punches it in. And again, a kind of a risky play for Webb to run it in himself, but he saw a lane, and he took a big shot as soon as he went across the goal line. But a nice play by the sophomore quarterback to punch it in for 6.
And they gave him the rollout option, so they had that available. If he had enough room, they said run it. Didn't see it down the field and had the confidence, and he got across the goal line.
So 21-16. It looks like they always kind of line up like they're going to go for 2, but then drop back, and they're going to try to kick an extra point here to make it 22. Number 40, Miles Mullen, is in. High snap. They're able to get it down, and a end-over-end kick is good. So that's going to make it 22-16 with 6 seconds to go. So I would assume we'll see some kind of squib kick on the ground and just try to run enough time off to get them to half. But Western Brown may get one chance at a kind of a heave-ho play maybe before the end of the first half. But, man, this has been an exciting half of football. That's a heck of a drive right there by Simon Kenton. Got to give him a lot of credit. Webb with a gutsy run there to punch it in. But, again, Western Brown's going to get the ball back after halftime. If you can get anything here, that's just a bonus. But, again, an exciting first half of football.
Yeah, really back and forth. We've seen some punts. We've seen turnovers. Seen a little bit big play scoring from both sides. And special teams have been huge for both as well. Western Brown with their first field goal on the season. A couple big kickoff returns for Simon Kenton. But a big answer for the Pioneers right there, right before the half.
I did see one pretty big return from Morgan last week at Hillsboro, and Coach Osborne's talked about the speed of Isaiah Loudermilk. Has a lot of probably their one true burner on the offensive side and defensive side. So we'll see what the Pioneers like to do. I would assume we'll see some kind of squib on the ground here to try to keep it from a big return. But, again, Western Brown may get a chance at least one play. We'll see if Coach Osborne decides to run a play or maybe just take a knee and go to half. Again, Simon Kenton with the late score in the first half makes it 22-16. An exciting ball game here at La Rosa's Field at Kibler Stadium in Mount Orb, Ohio. This is going to be a squib kick on the ground. It's going to bounce up, bounces off the Western Brown player, and I think Simon Kenton got it. And it's still a scrum for the ball, and they do have it. So Simon Kenton gets the ball back with 5 seconds, and not the way the Broncos wanted it to go. Over there on the far side, I think that bounced off the chest of Montana Wells. That was a missile on the ground. It kind of took a squirrely hop on him there at the last second, and he tried to jump up on it but just couldn't quite get to it. So Simon Kenton's going to have the ball on their own, or on the Western Brown, rather, 42-yard line. So hey, crazier things have happened. We know that Mr. Webb has the arm to throw it that far. We'll see what they come up with here for a one-play down.
Yeah, and that's a tough play from the up man there. Not really sure if he should let it go through or try to field it himself, and elected to field it himself, and it just bounced right off his hands into Simon Kenton's.
So 5 seconds to go. Webb's in the shotgun, 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Webb takes a snap, looking to throw. He's going to throw it over towards his own sideline, and I think they're going to say it was complete. I'm not sure it got out of bounds. And there's 1 second. No, he did not get out of bounds. So that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. So at halftime, the score is going to be 22 for the Pioneers, 16 for the Broncos. An exciting first half of football. We appreciate you tuning in with us here on a Friday night. We will take a short break, and we'll have our Health Source of Ohio halftime report coming up right after this on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
Southern State Community College celebrates 50 years of educating our community. From humble beginnings, Southern State has evolved to become a cornerstone of accessible education, offering flexible learning that includes a growing number of online classes and fully online programs. Southern State Community College empowers you to succeed quickly with a very affordable tuition rate when compared to many four-year institutions. Call 800-628-7722 or apply online at sscc.edu.
Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium? Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding has added 2 new profiles within the past year that would make great options. A heavier 26-gauge metal board and batten with several colors to choose from adds a fresh new look to any project regardless of size. Or come in and check out our new options for standing seam. If it's steel roofing and siding, it comes from Higgins. Located in Hillsboro and Jackson, Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding. Family owned and operated since 1958.
In here, it is halftime at Western Brown High School. Simon Kenton leads currently 22-16. An exciting first half of football. As you can probably hear, the Western Brown Marching Band is taking the field, doing their halftime show. Again, if you're in a safe place to do so, check us out on goodguysradiotv.com. You can see the live stream of the game, as well as hear the broadcast from Rob and myself. Appreciate everybody tuning in with us. And, man, what an exciting first half of football that was. We had, like you said in the timeout there, a little bit of everything. A couple of squirrely punts, Western Brown's first field goal, some turnovers, some big plays, some big missed tackles, and it's just kind of been a little bit of everything. And one of those games where it just seems like, whoever can just kind of make that big knockout punch is going to have a chance to maybe extend their lead out. Simon Kenton with a heck of a drive there to end that first half, and Webb with the big touchdown run. But Western Brown has to be pretty proud of their defense, the way they bounced back after giving up some big run plays in that first week against Hillsboro. They've done a nice job so far on Brown. I mean, he's had broken a couple of pretty nice runs, but they're doing a good job overall. And that Western Brown offense, got to give Deion Bradford a lot of credit. He's really looked comfortable here tonight. Made a couple of errant throws, but overall has been really good, and seems really calm in the pocket, moving around well. And Western Brown's going to get that ball back to start the second half with a chance to drive the field and take the lead again.
Yeah, Bradford looks like a different quarterback this week as far as his comfort within the pocket. He's just able to step up, and he just looks loose and like he's flowing out there. And they're trying to go more short, intermediate throws for him, and that's where he had a lot of success last week, and it's working out for him. Found Valdez close to the end of the half there, and a big touchdown pass for Valdez, but Bradford looking really confident. The offensive line's done a great job tonight, giving him protection, allowing him time, and still giving him those lanes. If he needs to step up, he can get up, create more time, or if he can tuck it and run it, get upfield and pick up those positive yards. So offensively, they look really good. And the defense is picking up some confidence as well. They've got some turnovers. They've got off the field a couple times with punts also. So both sides of the ball really getting some positive things here heading into the half.
So again, score here at halftime is 22-16 in favor of Simon Kenton. We'll try to get some other scores from across the league, and we're going to have our Health Source of Ohio halftime report continuing in that Bengals update. Thanks for tuning in with us here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV. We'll be right back after this.
Okay, it's all been a little bit too quiet right now. We close our Bruno Mars show with a speedy track. This tune was featured on his debut album, Doo-Wops and Hooligans, and tonight it's coming at you full speed. Hold on to your seats for Runaway Baby.
What we believe matters because it shapes who we are. At First State Bank, we believe in rural communities. We have since our start in 1884. We're proud of where we come from. And while others have come and gone, we've remained because standing by the folks you believe in is what a real local bank does. First State Bank, built on belief.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Cooper Tarvin Insurance. Call 513-752-9960 or visit ctinsurance.net.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
to Shack baseball,
Wells is going to try. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
to Shack volleyball,
Hatton for the kill, it's good.
local fairs, festivals, and more.
Fire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge, and Good Guys Radio TV.
Lucky encore for the Bronco Nation over there. Thanks again to the Lucky Town marching band.
At the heart of our community and cheering along with you, Merchants National Bank has been your local bank for over 145 years. Just like our team on the field, we're committed to hard work, teamwork, and supporting our community. Whether you're saving for the future, buying your first home, or growing your business, Merchants National Bank is here to help you reach your goals. Stop by any of our convenient local locations or visit online at merchantsnat.com. Merchants National Bank, a real community bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Southern State Community College celebrates 50 years of educating our community. From humble beginnings, Southern State has evolved to become a cornerstone of accessible education, offering flexible learning that includes a growing number of online classes and fully online programs. Southern State Community College empowers you to succeed quickly with a very affordable tuition rate when compared to many four-year institutions. Call 800-628-7722 or apply online at sscc.edu.
Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
Season, assistant Assistant coaches are Chaz Patton, Heath Simons, Taver Mowry, Sean Mowry, Cody Wilson, Jim White, Travis Taylor, Dustin Dean, Aaron Chase, Austin Huff, Larry Harmon, Ryan Roush, and Matthew Osborne. Their equipment manager is Byron Whitaker. Team photographer is Olivia Baird and Titus Green. Trainer Melissa Loy, team doctor Andrew Kathhoff, and the administrative team superintendent Reagan White, principal Heather Cooper, assistant principal and assistant athletic director Jeff Herman, and the man himself, the legendary athletic director Mr. Tim Cook. In his, I think I saw on his Twitter the other day, I want to say around his 30th year as AD here at Western Brown. And, a lot of people, I feel like around Western Brown ask me is, how many more years is Tim going to keep going? I think he just enjoys it so much. I think he's got a lot of gas left in the tank, man. He's going to stick around for a while. So he does a great job here at Western Brown, and we appreciate him letting us set up to do these games. And, Rob, we're set up for an exciting second half. I mean, we got a 22-15 or 16 rather ball game. Western Brown's going to get that opening kickoff. If they can drive down and put some points on the board, this thing's going to get real interesting as we go into the third quarter.
Yes, it is. They had a great third quarter coming out against Hillsboro and to start that second half. So let's see if they can keep that going. Had a good first half as well. Couple turnovers and things here and there, but overall, really good performance from that Bronco offense in the first half. Coach Osborne's got to be happy with that, especially with the caliber of opponent that they're playing tonight, and doing a great job on the defensive end as well. Coach Wilson shoring things up there, calling the right blitzes at the right time. We saw those back-to-back tackles for loss with Ty Spalding and Pena blitzing from Mike linebacker. So he's getting things shored up there and got to have some confidence rolling into the second half.
So just about 25 seconds until we tee it up as the Western Brown Broncos are back on their sideline. The Pioneers getting their final warm-ups in here, as Rob would say, finishing up stretching the stems out there, getting ready to go. Again, we really appreciate you tuning in with us on a beautiful Friday night here from Mount Orab, Ohio, on the campus of Western Brown High School, La Rosa's Field at Kibler Stadium. And I want to give Carson Inman a shout-out back in the studio, manning the board for us, and up top, Brandon Rigdon on the camera for GoodGuysRadioTV.com. Again, if you're in a safe place to do so, on your smartphone, tablet, laptop, anywhere you can access the internet, GoodGuysRadioTV.com. And you can see the live video stream as well as hear the broadcast from Rob and myself, so make sure to tune in over there. We've got an exciting second half ready to kick off here for you. And now Western Brown they're trying to figure out exactly which side they're going to be receiving the ball on. A little bit of confusion there. So they're going to kick it off. But again, you got to give a lot of credit, like you said, to that defense. They've come up with some really big plays. They gave up some points and some big plays, but like you said, when you got some good athletes on the field, that's going to happen. I'm sure when people are planning for the Cincinnati Bengals, they're like, hey, listen, let's just not let Jamar go crazy. He's going to get his catches, or T or whoever. We talked about that offense and multiple quarterbacks, and they've had some success, but Western Brown's come up with some big stops and some turnovers, and they're going to look to do more of the same here. But first going to have the ball in their hands, and Bradford will be coming out to lead them here in this second half. Greg Liming, Rob Bowman with you here at Western Brown. Got it teed up. Little short end-over-end kick, and this time Spalding's just going to slide, catch that one right about the 35-yard line. So tried another little pooch kick there, but Spalding, sure-handed, does a nice job sliding and bringing that one down, and that's going to be a good field position for the Western Brown offense.
It looks like they're going to mark it right about their own 36-yard line. Good field position to start the second half. Good hands there from Spalding as well to reel that in. But kind of going back to the defense, and some of that obviously falls on the coaching staff. You might have those athletes, guys that can make plays, but as a coach, you got to put your guys in those positions to make those right plays and call the right play at the right time. And Coach Wilson had a good end to that half with the couple back-to-back tackles for loss.
So Western Brown will have it headed right to left on your radio dial towards that north end zone down towards Mount Orab Elementary School. Bradford takes a snap, quick throw out towards the sideline, has it complete to Harmon, trying to set up some blocks, makes one man miss, gets a block on the outside, and now fights for a couple extra yards. A nice little pitch and catch on the quick throw, and Harmon's going to set him up for a second down and short.
Yeah, good blocks out on the edge for Western Brown. They got Valdez out there and Peyton Day blocking for Harmon, and Harmon another guy for this Bronco team that can really turn on the Jets.
So they're going to give him 8. It's going to be second down and 2 11:43 to go in the third. Bradford takes the empty snap, looking to throw. Is going to throw it over the middle, trying to get it to Morgan. It's a little too high and falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 now after the incompletion.
One of the first plays of the game I've seen from Simon Kenton defensively, only rushing 3 there. They've only done that maybe a handful of times in this game. Again, they're trying to blitz and put a little pressure on Bradford, but Bradford's done a great job. He's handled it well tonight with the pressure in his face, able to step up and create and extend plays.
3rd and 2 from the 44. 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Ball's on the left hash mark. Bradford takes the snap, has good protection. Is going to throw it down the sideline, trying to get it to Harmon. Has a step, and Harmon brings it in inside the 20. Nice throw from Bradford. Good catch by Harmon, and they're set up at the 15-yard line.
What a great throw from Deion Bradford on 3rd down. Lays it out there for Braden Harmon, and Harmon reels it in. Looked like he may have been able to house that one. Just caught the shoelaces down at the 15-yard line.
Harmon, first time really all season. In the first 2 games, we've seen him get behind that defense and be able to bring it in. Nice throw from Bradford. 3 on the right, 1 on the left. Morgan's going to take the handoff, bounces it to the right, nowhere to go, and he's going to be met immediately by a couple of tacklers. First one to him was number 4, Tucker Ober, and they're going to drop him, looks like for about a 1-yard gain. Will bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, not much going there. Went back to the run for the first time in a while to Morgan, and Simon Kenton ready for that one up front.
It's actually going to spot him with maybe like a couple of inches loss. So we'll call it 2nd and 10. Ball still right around the 15-yard line. 10:42 to go in this 3rd quarter. Now this time they'll flip it. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Bradford in the shotgun has Morgan back there with him. Still 15 seconds on the play clock as Coach Osborne sends in the final call. Bradford right on that 20-yard line, ready for the snap. Good snap, takes it, pretty good protection. Now some pressure, steps up through it, rolling out to his right, throws it late, and this one's going to bounce and I believe fall incomplete. Was trying to get it to Isaiah Loudermilk down around the 4-yard line. It falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, another good decision from Bradford. Had to roll out of the pocket off to the right. Puts a good ball in Loudermilk. Good defense, though, from Simon Kenton to bat that one away.
And a good play by the defender, but looked like he might have got the worst end of that one as the defensive back for the Pioneers a little slow to get up. He tried to get up, and not sure if he got the wind knocked out of him, but went right back down, and he's kind of reaching up towards that left shoulder again. Pretty far away, a lot of bodies in the way, hard for us to see, but don't have a number on him. Hopefully he's going to be all right. Trainers come out to take a look at him, but 3rd down and 10 situation here from the 15. Again, we've seen Coach Osborne be very aggressive without losing yards or going nowhere. I think this is 2 downs, 2 chances to try to get this 1st down and keep the drive alive. But again, a beautiful throw from Bradford to Harmon set him up in this position.
Yeah, and that was really the first deep ball connection we've seen tonight. Great throw, and Harmon able to get involved. Had 2 catches on this drive so far, and able to reel that one in, get him inside right at the 15-yard line as that player looks like it's number 21, Drake Powell, walks off under his own power.
So, yeah, hopefully he's going to be okay and be able to get back in there. Injured player from the first half was number 11, Braden Schoborg. I don't think we've seen him back. I don't think he's been back out there. He was really favoring that left arm. Morgan goes in motion. Bradford takes the snap. Good protection. Steps up in the pocket. It's going to throw it late, trying to get it in a little miscommunication, I think, from Harmon. Harmon was open around the 5-yard line, but it looked like Bradford thought he was going to cut back out towards the outside. That one falls incomplete. And decision time here for Coach Osborne.
The closest player to that one, I think, was Justin Morgan, but he wasn't looking for the ball and kind of fell between 2 receivers there. Lucky that one came up incomplete. Neither receiver ready for it.
It's 10:15 on the clock here in the third. Western Brown's going to go for it on the 15-yard line, 4th down and 10. Bradford takes the snap, looking over the middle. Now he's going to roll out to his left. Direct in traffic, squares the shoulders late. He's going to throw it, and that one's going to be too high, incomplete, out of bounds. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Just no chance to bring that one down as Bradford put a little too much heat on that one. So the good drive, the big play by Harmon stalls out at the 15. And it'll be a turnover on downs. A nice job by the Pioneer defense to stiffen up down there in the red zone.
Yeah, they get a big stop. Western Brown came out of the gate swinging there, and bend don't break for that Pioneer defense. They do a good job standing up. Only, again, not really bringing much pressure now. They're kind of sitting back in that zone coverage and letting Bradford take his time and trying to get it done with a 3-man rush.
10:07 to go in the third. First possession here for the Pioneers of the third quarter. Webb's in the shotgun. Has Brown back there with him. Takes a snap. He's going to hand this one to Brown up the middle. Goes forward for a nice little gain on first down up to about the 17, 18-yard line. Will be second down.
Not a whole lot going. It looked like that was Pena that came in there and cut him down for a short gain.
Well, don't forget to tune in for your telecast coverage of the Broncos this season on GoodGuysRadioTV.com and the Good Guys YouTube and Facebook pages. We'll bring you all of the home games on Good Guys and, of course, every game right here on 99.5 The Edge. Kind of a tight formation this time from the Pioneers. 3 receivers bunch. Now one will go in motion. That's Pendleton. They're going to give it to him coming back around this way. Gets a block on the outside, but a nice job. They were able to cut him down. Does go forward for a nice little gain, but could have been a big play, but Western Brown able to close down on it and bring him down. It's going to bring up a third down.
Yeah, decent run. He comes up a little ginger now. Looks like maybe on that right leg. Number 2, Pendleton, the runner on that play. He's going to stay in the ball game.
So they're going to spot him on the 22-yard line where it's going to be third down and about 4. 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Simon Kenton still leading 22-16 over Western Brown. Western Brown had their first possession of the third quarter. Now the Pioneers trying to get something going on offense here in the second half. Webb in the shotgun, ready for the snap, takes it, going to hand it off to Brown, has some room. Brown has all kinds of room, gets through a couple of tacklers, all the way up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Nice run by Landon. Brown will move the sticks.
Yeah, Spalding able to wrap his legs up, but not after a big gain from Brown. Able to pick up that first down as they started that drive at their own 15.
And now some subs checking in for the Broncos on defense. Lake and Deal, and I believe that was Adam Pena checking out on the defensive side. 8:25 to go. First and 10 from the 32-yard line. 14 seconds on the play clock is now Simon Kenton kind of slowing down the pace a little bit here in this third quarter. Webb's going to call in the play from his wristband, has 3 receivers out wide on the left. Takes a snap, quick throw over that way. I don't believe they got set on the offensive line. That play is going to go forward for maybe a yard, but I think that penalty is going to be going against Simon Kenton. Looked like the guy on the end of the offensive line didn't quite get his hand down before the snap.
Yeah, they took a long time getting that play, and Kyle King, the tight end, not set before the ball was snapped. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Pioneers.
So Coach Osborne is trying to talk to the referees. I think he thought maybe that play should have been blown dead and just been a dead ball, 5-yard penalty. So he's going to go ahead and decline it. So they're going to mark him with about a yard gain. So it's going to bring up second down and 9. So Coach Osborne decides to waive off the penalty. So it'll be second and 9 from the 33 now. Just under 8 minutes to go in this third quarter. Simon Kenton still leading 22-16 over Western Brown. Really exciting football game here on a Friday night. Beautiful weather. We've had 2 incredible weather Friday nights early in this season. Sometimes you still get about 95 degrees. They have been great weather. Webb looked the other way, had nowhere to go with it, and that play's going backwards. A little miscommunication there as Webb, I think, was expecting somebody to be on the other side, had to spin all the way around and threw it. And really a big loss there is going to be third and long.
Yeah, that looked like a blown play there. Webb was maybe looking the wrong way on that one, and Zayden Nichols made a big play in the backfield. Huge tackle for loss, about, 7 or 8 yard loss there on second down. Third and long coming up.
Late sub there for Western Brown as big Emmanuel Gibbs trots off the field. 7:05 to go in the third. Now back to a third down and 15 after the negative play there. A 6-yard loss on that throw. 4 wide receivers, 1 man in the backfield. Webb takes the snap, trying to look towards this sideline, wants to throw it this way. Has a man complete, trying to keep him in front of him is Montana Wells. He's able to bring him down. Nice job. Almost got away there. Pass was completed to number 24 that time, Michael Newborn. He's going to be short of the first down. It's going to bring up fourth down. It looks like the punting unit's coming on for the Pioneers.
That was a great open field tackle from Wells there on the edge. Could have been a big play, but he limited it to maybe a 7 or 8 yard gain.
Well, it looked like Newborn was going to kind of run that long wheel route, and he decided to break it off, and thought maybe he could make a man miss. But like you said, great tackle by Wells in the open field. So it's going to be 4th and 6. Looks like they're going to punt it away, barring a fake. Low snap, it bounces, and they have some trouble handling it. And now he's going to try to run it, trying to get over towards the sideline, and I don't think he got there. That was number 10. He tried to pick it up, Grayson Harris, and he's not going to get there. So we'll call it a turnover on down. So we've seen a couple of those long snaps with some trouble. And Harris tried to scoop it up and run for it himself, but could not get there. Good pursuit by Ty Spalding. And Western Brown's going to have it inside the 40-yard line. Good field position.
Really good field position. It looked like he may have had time to try to punt that one away, decided to tuck it and run, and really just got back to the line of scrimmage on that one. Big blown play from the punt team of Simon Kenton.
Well, we saw one punt snap that almost went over the head of the punter. That one was a ground ball, and he was able to scoop it up. It wasn't avoided major disaster going all the way back towards the end zone, but like you said, maybe would have had some time to punt it, but decided to try to run for it and did not get there. So it's going to be on the 36-yard line, first down and 10 for Western Brown, just over 6 minutes to go in the third. Bradford in the shotgun, has 3 receivers on his left. Morgan in the backfield off his right hip. And now a penalty flag flies in, and it's going to be a delay of game, I believe, going against Western Brown. So a little bit of trouble getting the play call in there as Coach Osborne was trying to get him going, but just couldn't quite get everything lined up in time. It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, just kind of really took their time on that play call. Coming off the timeouts, it's only a 25-second or a turnover.
Bradford in the shotgun, takes the snap. Good protection, now steps out of a little pressure up through the pocket. Going to run this way towards us, now tries to reverse field, and he's not going to be able to get out of there. They're going to drop him for another loss. So after the penalty and a sack, they're going to be all the way back to almost the 45-yard line, and it's going to be second down and long.
Yeah, that's a coverage sack right there. He just didn't have anything down the field. The initial protection was really good. Bradford trying to step up and buy some time, and Simon Kenton able to finally get to him.
Well, you don't want to take a big loss, but, you know, the way your defense is playing, you feel like you got some confidence in those guys. You don't want to turn one over right here and give it right back to him. So good coverage. Bradford takes the snap. This time he's going to throw over towards the sideline, has it complete to Harmon. No, now he bounces in and out of his hands, so that one's going to fall incomplete. Good coverage on the play by number 8, Colton Farsing, rather. And it's going to be third down and 18 now.
And 1 for 2 so far in the quarter on third down conversions. And this one going to be third and pretty long.
So Bronco offense trying to at least get some of the yards back and maybe give themselves a chance to go for it on fourth down. We saw them score on a big fourth down play earlier in the game. We'll see if they're able to get some positive yardage here and give themselves a chance to maybe take a chance at it. Bradford takes the empty snap. Good protection. He's going to throw it over towards the sideline. Pass is intended for Harmon, and that's going to be an interception. A great play by number 10. Again, Grayson Harris is all over the field, and a nice diving interception. So kind of worked the same as maybe a punt would have, but an interception goes down in the stat sheet, down around the 15-yard line. So we're kind of right back to where we started here with Simon Kenton having the football.
Yeah, just tried to throw it back to Harmon like he did on that last series, and they had bracket coverage down low and up high on him, and able to come up with a really nice interception, diving interception, gets his body underneath of it, controls it to the ground.
I sent you some stuff off of, I guess we'll call it X now, that he's getting recruited by some of your old buddies, some of your old teammates from college and some local schools. He's going to have a chance to play at the next level. Look, he's having a big night here tonight. Webb hands this one off to Brown, bounces it outside, gets a couple of blocks, and now bounces it outside again. And they're able to push him back inside, but not before about a 20-yard run. And a nice run by Landon Brown will move the chains for the Pioneers.
A really good run, patient run. Shows that burst of speed as well. Able to kind of juke the defenders there as he had a blocker on the edge, fake inside, go outside, pick up a few extra yards.
I would say yardage-wise, that's probably his longest run. He's had a couple of 10, 12-yarders, but that one was 15 to 20, a nice run on first down. That'll give him some breathing room up to the 32-yard line. First down and 10. 3 on the left, 1 on the right. Webb takes a snap. Quick throw out here. Has it complete, trying to get it back up the middle. Slips out of a tackle. And, man, he's got some head of steam. And he runs over another tackler, and he will not go down. Grayson Harris is going to run it in if he can outrun Dre Mitchell, and he does. And what a run after the catch. My goodness, Grayson Harris is having himself a night. They had him dead to rights for about a 2-yard gain. And then once he got rolling, no one was going to run him down. A big play, 28-16 now.
Yeah, he looked like he was running with a different energy on that play, too. Just kind of ran through a couple would-be tackles and housed that one for, I think that was about 68 yards on the play. Harris getting it done. Is that his third touchdown tonight?
Again, Grayson Harris goes 5'11", 172. He was running like a madman there. They're going to try to go for 2. They go up the middle, and his effort's going to take him. His momentum's going to take him across the goal line. Pendleton punches it in for 2. So that's going to make it a 30-16 ball game now in favor of Simon Kenton. We will take a break. We'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium? Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding has added 2 new profiles within the past year that would make great options. A heavier 26-gauge metal board and batten with several colors to choose from adds a fresh new look to any project regardless of size. Or come in and check out our new options for standing seam. If it's steel roofing and siding, it comes from Higgins. Located in Hillsboro and Jackson, Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding. Family owned and operated since 1958.
What we believe matters because it shapes who we are. At First State Bank, we believe in rural communities. We have since our start in 1884. We're proud of where we come from. And while others have come and gone, we've remained because standing by the folks you believe in is what a real local bank does. First State Bank, built on belief.
Welcome back in here. Another touchdown scored by the Pioneers. Are up now 14 points over the Western Brown Broncos, 30-16. Another impressive run there by the senior wide receiver. Another short kick as a fair catch is called for over on the 40-yard line. That time Wells was able to bring it in. So that's going to be another good field position for Western Brown. But, man, we were just saying Grayson Harris running like a man possessed on that one. Was able to take it in. I think that's his 3rd touchdown of the night. Could have had a 4th one that was called back there. So the senior wide receiver is having himself a heck of a night here at Western Brown.
Yeah, he's shown tremendous acceleration and burst, top-end speed. I mean, he's got it all and great hands to go with it. And you see why he's being recruited by a lot of the schools in the area at the next level.
That reminded me of the kid from Jackson a few years ago. Can't recall his name, but went for a bunch of yards here at Western Brown. Just had a different gear, man. Once he got past the defense, no one was running him down. That was what Mr. Harris did there. But Western Brown down 14, trying to answer back here. 4:32 to go in this 3rd quarter. Nice run by Morgan, able to bounce it outside. Morgan's still going. He's all the way past midfield. What a run by Justin Morgan. A big run all the way down inside Simon Kenton territory, almost to the 40-yard line. Nice run by Justin Morgan.
Yeah, Justin Morgan's best run of the night, able to bounce that one outside, show the acceleration for this Bronco team. Does a great job picking up that first down now in Pioneer territory.
That's something Coach Osborne talked about. If they can get that element going, this offense is going to be hard to stop. Bradford takes the snap, looking over to his left, has some good protection up through it. Now wants to run. He's going to put his head down, goes past the 40-yard line. Nice run on first down, goes for about 4 yards, is going to bring up 2nd down and 6. And now some late penalty flags flying in as some players down on the ground. Not sure who that one was going against. Little chippiness going on here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, late flag after the play had finished there. We've got an injured Pioneer down as well around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're coming out to check on him, looking at that lower left leg, I believe. Again, we'll see what the penalty is on, if that's on Western Brown or Simon Kenton. Couldn't tell. It looked like there was some bodies hitting the ground kind of after the play, but would have been about a 4-yard gain for Bradford on that run. It looks like it is going to go against Western Brown, a late hit personal foul type penalty. So that's going to back them up 15. It will be from the spot towards the end of the play there, so won't be 15 yards from the original line, but we'll back them up past midfield to the 41-yard line. That's number 57 for the Pioneers. Jaden Rutherford able to get up and kind of limp his way over towards the sideline, so hopefully, again, he's going to be all right and be able to get back in there. But big play on first down there is going to be negated by the penalty. It's going to be 2nd and long here for Western Brown, trying to get something going on offense. Getting late in this 3rd quarter, can't afford to go down 3 scores. Got to be able to try to punch one in here and cut it back to a 1-score game. Bradford takes the snap, hands it to Morgan, has room, bouncing around, slippery over there is Morgan. He gets the penalty yardage back, all the way back almost to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down now, or 3rd down rather, sorry.
Morgan doing a good job with those feet, shifty in the backfield, evading some would-be tackles there and getting up the field and making us a little more manageable, still 3rd and about 11 or 12.
So back past midfield to the 44-yard line, 3rd and long. Bradford rolling to his left towards the Western Brown sideline towards us. Squares the shoulders late. Now he's going to throw it and almost intercepted. Should have been intercepted, but it goes in and out of the hands of number 8 on defense that time, Colton Farsing, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Yeah, just an underthrown ball there. Farsing able to run underneath of that one, and he'll be a little upset with himself he didn't come down with the interception there.
So we'll see here, 4th down. It looks like Coach Osborne's going to keep the offense out there and playing down a couple of scores here. Going to have to try to go for it, make something happen on 4th and 12 from the 44. 3:39 to go in this third quarter. Again, Western Brown trailing Simon Kenton 30-16. Do we have the ball back here, but a 4th and long situation. 5 wide for the Broncos. Takes a snap, looking to his left, now back to his right, has some pressure, steps up. Bradford's going to throw it late, has a man wide open, and he overthrows him. Would have been at least a first down, maybe possibly a touchdown over there on the far sideline to Peyton Day, and they just couldn't quite connect. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. Had a man wide open and just can't quite connect.
Yeah, had the right look there and just kind of throwing on the run. Day was wide open. I think he probably would have got in the end zone, just out of reach of the big fella there on the edge. Wide open, though, and just a mistake there from the quarterback, a little bit overthrown.
So it will be a turnover on downs right around the 44-yard line. So the Western Brown defense is going to have to try to come up with a big stop here after a touchdown drive the last time. Different quarterback in this time. It'll be Caleb French. He is wearing those bright red shoes, so a little easier to spot him. And now he wants to throw it, but nowhere to go. And he's going down for maybe a loss. Now he's able to get away from Nichols now. Reverses it back towards the sideline and runs a long way to lose about a yard or two, maybe even get back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he wanted to throw it right away and no one was home, so he tucked it down. Was able to avoid a big loss, but does take about a 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, he looks like he's got some pretty good speed there at quarterback. So a different dynamic for that Simon Kenton offense. Looked like he may have been able to break it when he went back to the left side, but still 1-yard loss for the Bronco defense.
Nichols had a hand on him and thought it was going to be able to bring him down, but a little slippery got out of it. Webb now back in there, takes the snap, rolling to his right. Has some pressure right up the middle, is going to throw it late. Throws over the middle, and that one's going to be complete, and a penalty flag flies out. So I'm not sure. Maybe that was it's going to be another ineligible man downfield, it looks like. So that one's coming back. A nice throw and catch there. Past midfield into Bronco territory, but the penalty's going to bring that one back.
Yeah, and this official on the Broncos sideline tonight, I think that's the 3rd ineligible player downfield penalty that he's called tonight. That would have been a big first down for Simon Kenton right there. A huge throw from Webb, but that one's coming back again. Offensive lineman just getting a little bit too far down the field.
Broncos got some pressure, got a little bit in Webb's face there. Had a man coming off the backside and then one coming right up towards him there as he got rid of the ball as Webb kind of went down to his knees after the throw and threw a bullet. But an eligible man downfield will back him up inside the 40 back to the 38-yard line where it's going to be 2nd down and long. 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Thanks for tuning in with us here on a Friday night. Greg Liming, Rob Bowman with you on 99.5 and Good Guys Radio. An exciting football game here in week 2. First home game for Western Brown of the season. They trail right now 30-16. Webb in the shotgun, 2 receivers on either side. Takes the snap, looking to his left, wants to throw it that way. Throws it over towards his sideline, and a good job by Spalding to get a hand up off the hands of Pendleton, and falls incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, Spalding in coverage there. He was dragging a little bit behind, but ran underneath of it. I think he's able to get his hand kind of in between the receiver and the ball to disrupt that a little bit. Went right through the hands of Pendleton.
Actually, another really great throw by Webb. Put it up there where only his guy could go get it, but Spalding, like you said, I think just kind of maybe blocked the view, if nothing else, of Pendleton. Able to make it fall incomplete. So 3rd down and 16, clock stops with 2:13 to go in the third after the incompletion. Ball still on the 38-yard line in their own territory. Webb in the shotgun, same formation here, 2 on either side, takes the snap. Looking back to his left, wants to throw that way. He's going to throw it deep over towards his own sideline, and a couple minute coverage, and it bounces incomplete, as that was number 15, Carson Parker. It was 5'5", 125, went up high to knock that one down. Dre Mitchell on the coverage as well is going to bring up 4th and long.
Yeah, really good coverage. Mitchell was step for step with him, and then Parker comes over and able to bat that one away. Big play as Webb aired that one out about 50 yards down the field.
So with a 14-point lead, the offense still on the field, 2:05 to go here in the third after the incompletion. It's going to be a 4th down and 16 from the 38, a big chance for the Western Brown defense. Same formation again. Take the snap. Kind of looked like they weren't ready for it. A little pressure. Webb's going to step up through it. Now back towards his own sideline. Squares his shoulders late. And that one's going to be a diving attempt. And it's going to be a catch. And I think enough for a first down. A little bit of chaos there. And they're going to get a big 4th down conversion, as it looked like Webb was not ready for the snap. But it hit him right in the chest, and he makes something out of nothing.
Yeah, they were a little slow out of their stances there, all of them. And Webb had some pressure coming from his blind side, but able to evade that, scamper out to that left side, and put a bullet down the field for a 4th down conversion.
That was number 51, Raymond Bowman, got to him quick. But Webb did a nice job stepping up through it, sliding out, and finding a receiver. That was a big chance for the Western Brown defense that they kind of let slip through their fingers on that one. A nice diving catch on that far sideline as well. 3 on the right, 1 on the left. Brown in the backfield with Webb. And now penalty flags fly out, and it's going to be a delay of game going against the Pioneers. So a little bit of trouble there getting the play in. That'll be they're going to say it was a timeout. So Simon Kenton got a timeout before the delay of game. But, yeah, a little bit of a kind of a squirrely play there on 4th down. Like you said, it seemed like the whole right side of that offensive line didn't get out of their stance as quick as they should have. And receivers kind of did maybe a little bit of a scramble drill there. But they're able to find a receiver downfield. But, again, Western Brown defense still putting them in some 3rd and 4th and long scenarios. But just got to try to find a way to get off the field here. Can't let them go up 3 scores running down time here in the 3rd quarter.
No, definitely not. They've had some really good plays defensively, and you saw it on that series. They just make a huge play on 4th and about 15 there, as Webb looked like he may have been sacked or had to scramble out of the pocket. Makes a great throw. I mean, he's a really good passer of the football, and we're seeing that tonight. And I think he's only a sophomore. Is that correct? Really big kid, and throws a great ball. Puts a good one out there for his teammate to reel in on 4th and long.
So 1st and 10 from the 42 inside Western Brown territory. Minute 22 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Western Brown defense trying to come up with another stop. Webb takes a snap. Quick throw towards the sideline. Has it complete. Going back up the middle. Another big play on the far sideline. Slipping through some tackles. Still going. And finally able to slam him down on the far sideline. That was Grant Webb again. Carson Harris, rather. Again, able to take it all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Will set him up.
And Harris just showing those wheels again. A screen play off to the left. Splits the defenders. Gets upfield for a huge 1st down just outside the 10-yard line.
That Webb to Harris connection has been electric here tonight. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Webb takes a snap. He's going to hand this one off to Brown. Cuts it back to the right side, trying to get outside, trying to get to the edge, and they're going to be able to not quite get him down. And referees looking at each other. That's going to be a touchdown. Landon Brown takes it in from the 12 or 11-yard line, rather, an 11-yard touchdown run. Landon Brown bounced it out to the right, and he's able to beat him to that front pylon and put 6 more on the board now, 36-16 in favor of Simon Kenton.
Yeah, it showed some great agility and speed getting to the edge there, and then the physicality finishing at the goal line, putting it in, and now we're at a 3-score ball game for the Pioneers.
So 36-16 with the extra point coming up. Miles Mullen, left-footed kicker, will kick it through the uprights, make it a 37-16 ball game now. We will take a short break, and we'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Cooper Tarvin Insurance. Call 513-752-9960 or visit ctinsurance.net.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxler Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow.
Welcome back in here as Simon Kenton kicks this one away. It's going to be fielded by Loudermilk over on the far side around the 10-yard line, trying to come back towards his own sideline. Has some room up the middle and bounces off a couple of tacklers. Now goes down just past the 35-yard line to about the 36. So a nice return. And that'll set up Western Brown on there for their next possession here, desperately needing to put some points on the board.
Definitely they got to answer here as this ball game is slowly slipping away, down 3 scores now. Still got a whole quarter plus 40 seconds to play, but Simon Kenton offensively getting it done, and that big 4th down conversion really helped on that last series.
So 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. 1 man in the backfield, Morgan right behind quarterback, takes a handoff. Morgan trying to find some room on that right side, but really nowhere to go. I think they're going to mark him with no gains. Going to bring up 2nd down now with about 30 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, not a lot going there. Morgan had a couple nice runs on their last series, but Simon Kenton stepping up defensively in that front 7.
Again, we'll cover our team and individual stats and name our player of the game right after the conclusion of this game. Be sure to stick around. Also want to thank our season sponsors, including Southern State Community College, First State Bank, and Backslid Tractor Sales. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Morgan off the right hip of Bradford in the backfield. Now looks like they're just going to let this one run down to the end of the 3rd quarter. So at the end of 3, Simon Kenton able to put some more points on the board and extend their lead out now 37-16 over Western Brown. We will take a short break and we'll be right back with 4th quarter action right after this on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Backslid Tractor.
C103, 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV are your source for everything local. From Shack basketball
Shot by Osborne, 3 on the buzzer!
to Shack baseball,
Wells is going to try. He makes it. He's safe.
Western Brown football,
Throws it towards the end zone, and it's complete.
to Shack volleyball,
Hatton for the kill, it's good.
local fairs, festivals, and more.
Ire to the finish line.
Crosses the line to get the victory.
Never miss a moment with C103, 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV. At the heart of our community and cheering along with you, Merchants National Bank has been your local bank for over 145 years. Just like our team on the field, we're committed to hard work, teamwork, and supporting our community. Whether you're saving for the future, buying your first home, or growing your business, Merchants National Bank is here to help you reach your goals. Stop by any of our convenient local locations or visit online at merchantsnat.com. Merchants National Bank, a real community bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Play of the 4th quarter intended for Braden Harmon falls incomplete. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 9.5 here for this Western Brown offense. Again, going to have to try to find a way to get some points on the board quickly and come up with the football now, playing down 3 scores here early in the 4th.
Tried to run a go ball up the numbers on the right side. Harmon had a step, but that one airmailed.
3 on the right, 2 on the left. Bradford takes the snap, 3rd and long, looking to his right, now steps up through some pressure, back out to his left, squares the shoulders late. He's going to throw it down the field. Harmon trying to come back to get it and just out-jumped on that one. So mark it up for another interception. Number 10, Grayson Harris, has had himself one heck of a football game here so far as he goes up high over top of Harmon and steals that one away. Harmon tried to come back to get it, but again, just out-jumped there by Harris. That'll be another turnover on Western Brown.
Yeah, that definitely helps having those ball skills offensively to be able to defend on something like that. And Harris just rips that one out of the sky.
So the offense for the Pioneers will be coming back out with 11:45 to go in the ballgame, leading 37-16. Again, we don't keep individual yards and stats and things like that, but man, what a football game Grayson Harris has had here tonight. He has been absolutely impressive for these Pioneers. Webb having himself a nice night at quarterback. Brown's put his stamp on this one here in the second half. Their star players are coming through big for him here late in this game. Another run up the middle. That's a different running back that time, but able to drag a couple of tacklers. Going up forward, I think that's number 28 again, Moisey Smith, and that's going to put him up 2nd and short here.
And these last couple series, the few runs that they've done offensively, Simon Kenton, they've kind of leaned on that offensive line, and it seems like they may be wearing down that Bronco defensive front.
11:27 to go in the ballgame. Webb takes the snap, fakes a handoff, pulls it down, is going to run it himself, runs into his own blocker out there on the far side, fighting for some extra yards. Tough finish on the run there by Webb. And it looks like that's going to move the chains for Simon Kenton.
And that was one of the things, too, Coach Osborne talked about in the pregame huddle this week, was just how big and physical that offensive line is for the Pioneers, and they're showing it tonight. The Webb probably didn't make the best decision pulling that one. It looked like they had some open room off to the left side, but he's able to still pick up enough yards for the first down.
I think him and Smith were kind of fighting over that one a little bit. Both of them wanted that one. This time he is going to give it to Smith, slips off a tackle, bounces it outside now. Spalding pushes him back inside, but Smith is still going, and they're finally able to spin him down, but not before he's inside the 40-yard line. What a nice run there by Moisey Smith, and that'll move the chains again for the Pioneers.
And Smith really hasn't played very much on the offensive end, but he comes in with those fresh legs and shows a nice burst out of that left side, cutting back towards the middle of the field. Nice first down run into Bronco territory.
So the ball will be spotted on the 38-yard line with 10 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the ballgame. First home game of the season here for Western Brown. Week 2, Simon Kenton making the trek across the Ohio River here to play some Friday Night Lights in Ohio. Webb takes a snap, quick throw out this way, has it complete to Smith, trying to make a man miss, able to put a nice move on Spalding, puts his head down and able to bring him down is number 3 on the far side there, Elijah Valdez, but not before another nice run after the catch. And Smith is electric here so far on this drive.
Yeah, and that was one of those plays you look at as a defensive coach. You think you're going to get him for a loss or a short gain, and he's able to make about 5 out of nothing.
He put a quick little stutter step on Ty Spalding and got a few extra yards that he probably wouldn't have gotten without that move. 2 receivers far up high on the right, 1 on the left. Webb takes a snap, going to hand it to Smith again. Coming back towards that same sideline, picks up a block, puts his head down, knocks over a tackler, goes inside the 25-yard line, and another first down run by Moisey Smith.
Yeah, and again, those fresh legs just showing a lot of speed here late in the ball game, as it looks like he'll get a break.
Number 19, Torrin Turner will check in at running back. First time I think we've seen him at running back here tonight. Couple of subs running in late here for the Pioneers. Number 16 as well, Kai Brewer checking in. Webb still in there at quarterback. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Turner behind Webb in the backfield, takes a snap on the 30-yard line. They're going to hand it to him, bounces around, cuts it back up the middle, and goes forward for a couple of yards on first down. A tough run there, but it'll put him in second down and about 8.
The Bronco defense does a good job there, holding their ground in the middle. Short gain, not much going.
We'll call it second 8 from the 25-yard line now.
This is reminiscent of a lot of the Clinton Massey games we call, just using as much of that clock as you can late in this ball game.
Playing with a big lead. Time is on their side. Webb's going to hand this one off again. Turner bouncing around in the middle. They're able to fall forward for a couple of yards down around the 22-yard line. And that's going to bring up third down.
And not a lot going there as well. Spalding able to knife in there, make a nice play. Another short gain.
Western Brown defense still trying to find a way to come up with a stop here after the turnover. 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go. 37-16 in favor of the Pioneers. Trying to get the play in. Still have 15 seconds on the play clock. 1 receiver on the left, 2 on the right. Turner in the backfield behind Webb. And now it looks like they're going to have to spend a timeout as they let as much time as they could run off the clock. Didn't want to take another delay of game penalty, so they're going to trot over to the sideline. Coach Wynn's going to talk it over with them, as well as Coach Cody Wilson over here on the defensive side for Western Brown. But again, Western Brown at one point had a 16-15 lead, and they just haven't really been able to get that same flow on offense that they had in the first half, and a couple of turnovers on some, got to playing from behind, got to take some chances down the field. Has resulted in a few turnovers, but some really bright spots here so far in this game for Western Brown. Again, I know, and it's not over yet, but I know there's no moral victories or anything like that, but offense looked really good in the first half. They kind of stumbled a little bit here in the second half.
Yeah, they've had some drives where they've been able to get some momentum rolling, and then they just kind of stall out. Simon Kenton does a good job bending and not breaking on a lot of these series, and forcing the Broncos into those third and long situations. They got to throw it up, and been able to come down with some big interceptions in this ball game.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 7 from the 22-yard line. 2 receivers on either side, 1 man in the backfield behind Webb. Webb ready for the shotgun snap, takes it, looks to his right, has some pressure, takes a big hit, throwing it towards the end zone, and it's up for grabs, and this one falls incomplete, and Webb took a shot. Lakin Deal and Carson Parker got in there to put some pressure on him, dropped him to the ground. It falls incomplete in the end zone. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
Good coverage from Dre Mitchell and Morgan at the back end there, able to bat that one away. And again, nice pressure getting to Webb. I don't know if they affected the throw very much, but able to get into him and put a good hit on the hips and lower half area.
Lakin Deal, the freshman, came screaming in there and put a big hit on him. It's going to be a 5-wide set, it looks like, here from Simon Kenton, as they're just going to keep the offense out there. No point in punting from this far in or trying to kick a field goal. So now looks like another timeout spit by the Pioneers. They're going to talk it over on 4th down and 7 from the 22. You know, I don't know I got to ask Coach Osborne this. I don't know Dre Mitchell's football background. I know he's a kid that moved out this way from Elder. I know he's a basketball player, but, man, you know, for someone who maybe doesn't have a ton of football experience, he's had 2 really good weeks to start this season, and he could be a real bright spot for this defense. He's a big kid. I think they got him listed at 6'3", 180. Good athlete, can run, can jump. I mean, he could be a big factor in some of these teams that they play coming down the stretch that throw the ball a little bit more or setting that edge for those edge run plays when they play teams like Clinton Massey or a Jackson or a Miami Trace, who's going to run the ball quite a bit.
He's a tremendous athlete, and you've seen it in these first couple games so far. He had a lot of those edge-contained tackles last week against Hillsborough. They broke a lot of plays outside and tried to get to the sideline, and Mitchell had several open field tackles that would have been touchdown-saving plays. He's done a good job in deep ball coverage tonight, too.
So 4th down and 7 now from the 22. Empty set again, 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Webb's going to take the shotgun snap. Has some pressure in his face again. Lakin Deal this time gets to him, but he slides out of it. And now coming back the other way, Webb's going to try to run for it. And he's going to put his head down, takes a big shot up high and low. But I think he's going to have 1st down yardage as Webb was able to run for it. Lakin Deal got to him in a hurry, but just couldn't quite get him out of there as Webb's able to slip out of the tackle and makes a nice run to move the chains.
Yeah, Deal got the first hands on him, and then Spalding came in late as he moved and made his move back to the left side and able to evade that as well, and makes a huge run on 4th down, getting right to about the 15-yard line.
So that'll move the chains. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the 15. Again, we're calling Lakin Deal's name here a little bit. Coach Osborne talked about him, the freshman for Western Brown, putting some pressure on Webb. This time a throw out wide, might have been tipped, but it falls incomplete. Was intended for number 3 on the play, Christian Bounds, and it falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
A quick curl route. Coverage was there immediately. Not able to reel that one in.
So 6:52 to go in the ball game. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 15. Smith back in there at running back. He's had a nice couple of nice carries on this drive here for the Pioneers. Trying to use as much time as they can. Clock stopped after the incompletion, but 2 on the right, 1 on the left. Smith faked the handoff to him, and now Webb tried to give it to him, but it was too late. I think Smith kind of overran it as him and Webb are kind of talking it over. So I think Smith was supposed to get that one, and a little miscommunication, but Webb does a nice job just keeping it to himself and getting a few positive yards out of nothing.
He's shown some pretty good composure, too, in those situations. A play goes awry, and he's able to make something out of nothing.
So under 6.5 to go now. Webb in the shotgun, takes a snap. This time he will hand it to Smith, going off that left side, bounces it out. Spalding tries to get him, can't get it. And now they upend him out of bounds. I think he's going to be short of the line to gain, so it's going to be a 3rd down situation.
They blew that one dead. It looked like they were still going to roll the clock before he got out of bounds.
Sorry, 4th down rather, after the 3rd down run there. So 6 minutes to go in the ballgame.
Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. Coach Wynn electing to go for it and use as much of the game clock as he can.
Brown will check back in here for the running duties for the Pioneers. Same formation. 4th and 2 from the 8. Webb takes a snap, hands it to Brown, straight up the gut. Got a little stopped, took a big shot there, but I think he's going to have enough, down to about the 5-yard line. As kind of a little bit of an awkward step there for Brown, but he's able to bounce right back up, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Pioneers.
And that'll be the 5th 1st down now in the 4th quarter for the Pioneers, as They get the ball at the 5-yard line. Clock still running.
This has been just what the doctor ordered drive for Simon Kenton, taking a lot of time off the clock, a lot of run plays. They've been able to throw it a few times here and there and got a big 4th down conversion on the run from Webb. And now a little bit of confusion as players kind of running all over the place for Simon Kenton, but able to get it lined up now. 4 seconds on the play clock, and they may have to take another timeout if they don't get it going here. Webb takes the snap, hands it off to Brown, and he goes, or no, I believe that was number 2 that time, Pendleton, and he'll take it in for the touchdown right off that left side of the offensive line, runs it right in untouched, and they extend their lead out now over Western Brown here late with 5 minutes to go in the ballgame.
Yeah, wide open hole there for Pendleton, able to scamper in untouched on that first down play. 5:02 left in the ballgame. Simon Kenton just continues to extend that lead and assert that dominance at the front.
I think here the defense has got to be getting pretty gassed out. They've been out on the field for a lot in this second half, and that was a long drive. There's a low kick, I think off the back of the helmet of the center. That'll be no good on the extra point. So the score will be 43-16 with 5:02 to go here in the ballgame. Western Brown will get it back with a chance to maybe try to drive the field and put some points on the board on their last drive of the game here. But again, tale of two halves, man. Simon Kenton, Western Brown had them right on their heels in the first half, led it 16-15 at one point, and it has been all Pioneers since then. They were able to score on that drive to end the first half, came out, got a stop on defense in the first drive of the second half, and they have not looked back. A couple of big touchdowns on the offensive side by Grayson Harris, and then a nice sustained good run drive there to punch it in for another touchdown.
And this is one of those things that Coach Osborne always harps on, and we hear him talk about it post-game and in the pregame huddles. You got to play for 48 minutes, 4 complete quarters, and they had a really good first half on both sides of the ball, and just kind of wheels fell off in the second half. Simon Kenton really putting a good second half together in all facets here to finish this one out. Now a 4-score ball game.
So they'll kick it away here with 5:02 to go in the ball game. Loudermilk and Morgan back deep for the Broncos. Another end-over-end kick. This time they'll kick it down the field as Morgan catches it on almost a full sprint. Kind of held up there for a second, trying to let some stuff open up. He's able to dive forward past the 30-yard line, down to about the 32. Where they'll have it for another offensive possession here with 4:56 to go in the ball game. But again, like you said, man, they've just kind of worn down Western Brown in the second half, and that big offensive front for the Pioneers. I mean, again, I definitely think they shorted some height and weight on some of these kids on the roster because they've got some beef on that offensive line.
Yeah, they're stout, and I think they're a little taller than the 6', 6'1" that's listed there. They've got a big offensive line.
So a little bit of some subs coming in on defense here. Looks like kind of the second unit for Simon Kenton coming in here. Bradford is going to throw it over towards the sideline. Has a complete nice catch by Loudermilk. Had to go up high and get it. Spun down right about the 39-yard line, right around the 40. They're going to spot him on the 40. It'll be second down and about 4.
That was a really good catch from Loudermilk. Had to kind of run inside and up the field a little bit as that route was intended to be a little bit shorter than it was, and makes a great full extension catch and able to get upfield for a few more yards. Looks like he might be limping just a little bit as he's going to stay on the field for this next play.
He kind of got spun down by 2 or 3. Somebody had him up high and kind of threw him as they had him around the ankles as well. Now Bradford will hand this one off to Morgan, trying to bounce it to the outside, able to get through one tackle, trying to get to the outside again. Morgan still going past midfield and puts his head down and takes a shot as he goes out of bounds into the Western Brown sideline. A nice run by Morgan past midfield to move the chains for Western Brown.
And Morgan really been the one bright spot here in the second half for this offense, getting things going on the ground. Had some nice first down runs here and gets things going across midfield for this Bronco offense.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now. Just short of the 45-yard line in Pioneer territory. Handed off to Morgan again, going off the right side. Bounces it out. Tries to stiff arm a tackler. They're able to rally to the ball and knock him out, but not before about a 5-yard gain. Will bring up second down.
Yeah, another good run. Runs through contact as well. Stiff arm and able to pick up about 6 on that first down play. Justin Morgan playing like it's still a 1-score game here, and that's what you love to see as a football coach. Your kids fighting until the very end, even though it may be out of hand.
3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the ball game. Western Brown again trying to cap off one final drive here with some points. Fake the handoff, quick throw out, has it complete. Harmon makes a man miss. Down inside the 30 now, brought down around the 26-yard line. That'll be a first down for Western Brown and a new set of downs.
Another good throw and good move up the field, too, to pick up the first down. Getting things moving. Obviously, Coach Osborne has got to be happy with how this drive started. Just got to finish now.
So 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Western Brown putting together a nice little drive here. Again, trailing 43-16 to Simon Kenton. Week 2 football action here from Mount Orb, Ohio. This time they'll give it to Morgan, makes another man miss, tries to bounce it outside, and now able to grab him and bring him down. But again, a nice run on first down will bring up second down to medium.
And I think Morgan's got a little more speed than Simon Kenton was maybe expecting, because he's able to bounce some of these out, give a little stutter step, get to the edge, and get upfield. Big run for them. So Morgan looks like he's going to step out and take a breather.
Just under 2.5 to go in the ball game. Bradford in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes a handoff, quick throw over, has it complete now to Valdez. Valdez turns the legs, gets down around the 10-yard line, and they'll bring him down. That'll be enough to move the chains and set up a first down and goal.
Yeah, another good throw. Just a short intermediate route right on the hashes. Able to get upfield, pick up the first down. That'll be first and goal.
Remember, 99.5 The Edge is your home for the Cincinnati Bengals. Listen in next Sunday, September 7th, as the Bengals kick off the season at Cleveland, battling the Browns. Coverage begins at 11:30 a.m. with the kickoff at 1 p.m. Bengals football action getting ready to start. Big Saturday of college football tomorrow. The big one, Ohio State and Texas. Tomorrow, college football is officially back. This time they're going to hand it to Spalding, going off that left side, and Spalding keeps turning, and Ty Spalding's going to punch it in for a touchdown with 1:42 to go. So able to cap off a drive with some points. Again, maybe some subs in there on defense, with the Western Brown offense able to march it down the field and punch it in for 6.
A very efficient drive, and they got it done on the ground as well. Had a couple throws here and there, but Morgan and then Spalding comes in. I believe that was his first run of the season. We've seen him in here and there offensively, usually at that H-back position. That time giving Morgan a spell at running back and able to run that in from the 10.
So they're going to go for 2 here. 43-22 is the score as it holds right now. They're going to fake it. Bradford's going to run it off that left side, and Bradford's going to walk it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So 43-24 now is your score with 1:42 to go. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Southern State Community College celebrates 50 years of educating our community. From humble beginnings, Southern State has evolved to become a cornerstone of accessible education, offering flexible learning that includes a growing number of online classes and fully online programs. Southern State Community College empowers you to succeed quickly with a very affordable tuition rate when compared to many four-year institutions. Call 800-628-7722 or apply online at sscc.edu.
Welcome back in here. Western Brown puts 8 on the board, makes it 43-24. They try the onside kick there. I think Simon Kenton able to fall on it. Pendleton comes away with it. So it'll be first down here, and they'll have to just run a couple of plays and be able to run this thing out. Simon Kenton's going to move to 2-0 on the season. And again, it is a 43-24 ball game here. And Western Brown, it looks like they're going to fall to 0-2 on the season with their second road game of the week. Next week coming from Chillicothe High School. We'll have that one for you on 99.5 The Edge. We'll talk a little bit more about that after the game. So the ball is right at midfield. It'll be first down and 10 for the Pioneer offense. Webb's still out there. And it looks like they're just going to go victory formation here and take a couple of knees and end this thing here in Mount Orb, Ohio, as again, Western Brown does have some timeouts, but just not enough time to muster a comeback. But so now Webb will take the snap, and he's going to have to do, I think, 1, maybe 2 more knees here to end this one. But you got to give them a lot of credit, man. I mean, their quarterback, like you said, Webb is a sophomore. He's got a very bright future. He had himself a heck of a ball game here tonight. Grant Webb, the sophomore quarterback, has put on a show, and I can't say enough about Mr. Grayson Harris. I mean, my goodness, he's had 3 or 4 touchdowns in the air, a couple interceptions. He's doing some punting duties. He's done a little bit of everything here tonight for these Pioneers, and we again saw anytime you see some stuff on social media about a kid who's getting recruited, whatever level it may be, whether it's NAIA D3 level all the way up to a major D1 level, not everybody gets a chance to play at that next level, that's for sure. And he's got multiple offers out there, and he's going to get a chance to play at the next level. Got to give some credit to their running back. Landon Brown didn't have any, big-time runs like we saw last week from Trey Captain or anything like that, but was just able to put together some 10, 12, 15, and then as that defense started to wear down, a 20, 22-yard run. And then Moisey Smith coming in there late with some big runs as well. And, this Pioneer team, they play in the highest division in Kentucky. They're battle-tested. They play some really, really good teams, Covcath and Ryle and schools like that in northern Kentucky, which is some of the best football around. We'll call that the tri-state area. I know it's not in Ohio, but Cincinnati high school football is kind of well-known across the United States. And this is a school that Coach Osborne, knew Coach Wynn and wanted to get him in here and play. And, it was a really good game for that first half, and then they just kind of let it slip away from them and then had to start taking some chances that they maybe don't normally take. And, you kind of know how that goes once you get behind and trying to play from behind. But a gritty win for Simon Kenton. They were able to make some good halftime adjustments, and they come away with a big win here tonight.
Yeah, really big win, and obviously the size of the school and all that kind of plays a factor. You see the depth that they brought in. They brought in 2 running backs late in that ball game, and both of them able to add a little juice to that offense, fresh legs, and get things going. And we talked about Webb and his size and accuracy with the ball. And he's a good talent for them, and they've got him for 2 more years after this too. So hats off to them offensively and defensively. Pitched a 8-point game in that second half, so they've got to be pretty proud of how they finished out that ball game.
We want to remind everybody this broadcast is for the private use of the 99.5 The Edge audience. Any other use of the descriptions or accounts of the game without the consent of 99.5 The Edge is prohibited. So Western Brown falls to 0-2 here early in the season. Last year, kind of the opposite story, went 3-0 and then hit a losing streak and was able to get one at the end there against Goshen. But again, we don't want to say anything about moral victories. I know they score late there, maybe on the second stringers or whatever, but some really positive things. I mean, the first half of football, that's a good football team and played right with them. And, I mean, that's going to be as good as a lot of teams they play coming down the rest of the season here in the SBC. And, I think that was a good test for Western Brown, even though they come out with a loss. I think, the defense is starting to get a little bit more gritty. They just kind of ran out of gas there at the end, but like you said, I think if they can they got to figure out a way to put 2 halves together. They played really well in the second half at Hillsboro, really well in the first half here tonight. And, Coach Osborne says it all the time, got to have that full 48 minutes.
Yeah, you really do. Obviously, it's across any level of football, you've got to be able to play complete games, and they haven't been able to put it together. Last week they did better in the second half overall as a team, and this week their first half was better for them. And Simon Kenton just kind of asserted that dominance up front, and you see the depth that they have as a team. Western Brown, again, good game for them. They've got some positive things to take away from it overall. Like you said, Coach Wilson had some good things drawn up here and there, and just got to get those kinks ironed out. Non-conference opponent, big-time opponent, 6A out of Kentucky. This is what Coach Osborne wants. So he wants his guys to play these competitive teams and teams with a lot of talent. That's why we play a lot of those teams out of that Frontier Athletic Conference. Going into conference play, get you those big-time playoff points if you can get a win out of those, but leads you into conference play with playing these extremely competitive teams, talented teams, and it gets things rolling that way. So obviously not the start that they want, 0-2, but they've got a lot to build on here heading into week 3 against Chillicothe.
So again, final score here from Western Brown. Simon Kenton wins this one 43-24 over the Western Brown Broncos. We will take a short break, and we'll be back with more of our post-game show right after this on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium? Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding has added 2 new profiles within the past year that would make great options. A heavier 26-gauge metal board and batten with several colors to choose from adds a fresh new look to any project regardless of size. Or come in and check out our new options for standing seam. If it's steel roofing and siding, it comes from Higgins. Located in Hillsboro and Jackson, Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding. Family owned and operated since 1958.
What we believe matters because it shapes who we are. At First State Bank, we believe in rural communities. We have since our start in 1884. We're proud of where we come from. And while others have come and gone, we've remained because standing by the folks you believe in is what a real local bank does. First State Bank, built on belief.
So we'll have that one for you on 99.5 The Edge. Won't travel with Good Guys Radio TV, but we'll have that one on the radio for you. And, like you said, it's just one of those things where you got to just keep focusing on the positives. And when you get in one of those situations where you start 0-2, you kind of find yourself maybe not exactly where you wanted to be to start the season. Everybody has the same goal to start the season, to go undefeated or win as many games as you can and get in the playoffs and make a run. But here you got a young quarterback. You got some guys who are playing big varsity minutes here, and you just got to keep building on it. And Coach Osborne said it. I think, the biggest thing that he's going to keep harping on is you just got to put one together. They haven't played a full total game yet. If they can do that and come back in the second half today, they're able to drive the field and score on that first drive. Who knows where we would be at the end of the game? It opens up the playbook a lot more. You can take some more chances on defense and do some more things, and just not able to get it going in the second half.
No, they weren't. Obviously struggled. Turnovers were a big thing. Several interceptions in the ball game, and just not able to get it done defensively in the end of the ball game when it mattered. And again, hats off to Simon Kenton. Great performance from them. They've got a lot of talent on that team. They're still a fairly young team overall. They've got a lot of sophomores playing on their team as well. So that just shows you the talent that they've got.
Coach Osborne's making his way up here, so we're going to take a real short break, and we'll have our Coach's Comment Show coming up right after this on 99.5 The Edge.
Finding that missing shin guard, remembering whether it's a home or away game, getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things, like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref.
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Cooper Tarvin Insurance. Call 513-752-9960 or visit ctinsurance.net.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
Welcome back in here to Western Brown High School, our Coach's Comment Show. We got Coach Osborne up here in the press box with us. Coach, we were just kind of talking there on the break, and, tale of two halves, 16-15, you guys lead at one point. They score late in that first half, and then you just can't quite get the offense rolling in the second half. What's kind of your takeaway here from this Week 2 game?
Yeah, like you said, tale of two halves. Last week played a horrible half of football. played a great second half, and then, it's vice versa this week. We played a really, really good first half and not a very good second half. But I mean, I tell you, once we put a full 48 minutes together, we're going to be a really, really good football team. I think Dion played well tonight, much better than last week. That's constant. I mean, that the improvement there, and if he can play like that throughout the year, we're going to win a lot of games. Defense, we just ran out of gas there towards fourth quarter. I mean, and when you got 90 guys on the opposing sidelines to our 60. It's a huge difference, and that's one of those. If we can get that win, that's Division I playoff points for us, and we're going to get back in the morning and keep grinding. We got a very winnable game next week, and we got to get one next week.
Yeah, I was just kind of looking ahead to that a little bit. Chillicothe got smacked tonight by London, so but going back to this game, you talked about Bradford a little bit. We were talking in the press box during the game. It looks like he's gone from week one playing a little bit nervous and cautious, and some of those decisions early on in this ball game, they were bringing pressure at him, and he was handling it with poise and stepping up in the pocket, keeping his eyes down the field and making some great throws.
Yeah, and that's what we said. He's going to get better with reps and game-like reps. He had a really, really good week of practice. He came out and played really well. I think he threw, 2 picks maybe, to the 2, 3, whatever it was. But, that was in the second half. Some deep balls that, third and long, we had to chuck it. Fourth down, we had to chuck it up, and we just got behind the chains way too much tonight. That killed a lot of our drives. We get inside their 30, 35, 4 times, and we can't convert. It's just stuff like that. And once we get those little wrinkles figured out, we're going to be a really good football team.
Well, offensively for the Pioneers, they had some special players. Grayson Harris, that wide receiver, had a heck of a night. And their
number 10.
Number 10. Quarterback did a great job, only a sophomore. Landon Brown had a couple of good runs. Smith did a good job. I mean, your defense handled them really well in the first half. You created some turnovers. Where can you guys kind of build defensively as you go into week 3?
Yeah, just continue to be fundamentally sound. That's the biggest thing is I think we were, other than the first play, we had a blown coverage. We had a sophomore and, one of our seniors there that hasn't played all his whole career. So, that, they attack that side. We get burnt deep first play. And, we could easily said, you know what, we're going to pack it in right here. And, we continue to fight. And, we're going to continue to get better and get back in the film room tomorrow at 8 a.m. and have a great week of practice before we head up to Chillicothe.
And that was one of those things we talked about, too, in the booth, was that's obviously a blown coverage wide open down the middle of the field. But you guys recovered, had some great plays in that first half defensively. We saw the back-to-back tackles for loss from Spalding and Pena from the Mike linebacker position. So seeing them, obviously Ty Spalding, extreme talent, looked like I think that was his first rush of the season as well. Goes for a touchdown at the 10-yard line.
Justin was a little wore out there at the end, so we were going to throw some new bodies in. And, I think our O-line is really good. I think our O-line is one of the best units we've had since I think our regional final run. And, I think we leaned on them a little bit more tonight. We're going to continue to do that throughout the year.
Well, Coach, we won't keep you too late on a Friday night. We appreciate you taking some time. And, again, I know that, I'm a coach myself. There's no moral victories, but some things to build on. And we're looking forward to talking with you next week and seeing you guys prepare for that Chillicothe team.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys Wednesday.
All right, we're going to take one more short break, and we'll be back to name our 99.5 The Edge player of the game right after this. Don't go anywhere on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
At the heart of our community and cheering along with you, Merchants National Bank has been your local bank for over 145 years. Just like our team on the field, we're committed to hard work, teamwork, and supporting our community. Whether you're saving for the future, buying your first home, or growing your business, Merchants National Bank is here to help you reach your goals. Stop by any of our convenient local locations or visit online at merchantsnat.com. Merchants National Bank, a real community bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Interview, and he was talking about how Valdez maybe didn't have his best week 1, and then was plays on the defensive side. And Coach Osborne, again, I keep saying there's no moral victories, but he came up here and felt really positive about that and thought maybe that was a game that, if they could just get something going that first drive of the third quarter, they're right in it. They're right there. Maybe take the lead, put some pressure on a sophomore quarterback on the other side as well. But Elijah Valdez had a big night tonight, punched it in for a touchdown, and he's going to be our player of the game.
Yeah, Valdez showed out tonight. He had a bunch of catches and then was able to take that one to the house for a big, I think it was about a 40-yard touchdown run. It looked like it may have been a 10, 15-yard gain at most, and breaks the tackle and houses it. And Valdez, great performance receiving the ball tonight.
So, again, final score here from this one is 43-24. And I'll send it back over to Rob. He's got a few scores for you, maybe a couple of stats here to kind of tie a ribbon on this one.
Starting with, the big one, Clinton Massey at Coldwater. The Falcons, Clinton Massey walks away with a victory over the Division 5 state champions, Coldwater, 14-7 final score in that one. Defensive battle.
I think Coldwater put up like 50 points last week too, so an impressive defensive performance from the Falcons.
And then the other score I was able to grab, Williamsburg did beat New Richmond 20-12. Didn't get any of the other scores tonight. I'll run through some of the stats here for both of these teams. We've got Simon Kenton, 18 first downs in the ball game. 2 for 9 on third down conversions. They were 4 of 4 on fourth down conversions, so huge stat line there. They did have 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and 1 on down. And then they had 7 penalties for 45 yards on the offensive end. Defensively for Western Brown, 6 tackles for loss for that defense, 1 sack in the first half. 3 pass breakups. DB's doing a good job. 1 forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, and then the 2 penalties for 18 yards. So defense doing a good job penalty-wise, staying out of the stat line there. Western Brown offensively, 15 first downs. However, in the second half, struggled on third down conversions. They were 5 of 13 there. Only 1 conversion in the second half, 0 for 3 on fourth down conversions tonight, and 6 turnovers for the Broncos, 3 of those being interceptions and the rest on downs. And then 9 offensive penalties. Got to shore that up for 65 yards. It's a huge chunk of yards to lose to penalties. Defensively for Simon Kenton, 2 tackles for loss. They did have 4 sacks on the night, 3 pass breakups, 3 interceptions, and the 2 penalties that came in the first quarter for 20 yards.
So, again, final score 43-24 in favor of the Simon Kenton Pioneers. Western Brown drops to 0-2 on the season. We'll be back with you next week from Chillicothe for that one. And Coach was talking about it. Maybe thinks it's a winnable game for him. Going to get ready for Chillicothe on the road. And, again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here on a Friday night. Another beautiful evening. I mean, it was Hawaiian night here at Western Brown, and some of the cheerleaders were putting on their sweatsuits to keep warm. I mean, we're still in August. You don't get very many August evenings and Friday where you got to put on sweatpants and a jacket because it's getting chilly. That's kind of into September, early October weather, but we will take it. We want to thank Carson Inman back in the studio for us. We got Brandon Rigdon up top on the camera. Thanks for tuning in with Good Guys Radio TV and everything that they do for us up there. Rob, real quick, let's get an Ohio State prediction tomorrow. Big game against Texas. It's a noon game, which seems kind of weird to me. But what do you think on that Buckeyes game tomorrow?
Yeah, everything you hear, Texas wouldn't agree to it because they saw that crowd in the playoffs. But I'm a Buckeye guy, so I gotta feel confident in what they're doing. Obviously, early in the season, tough opponent like that, probably going to be potentially a lower scoring ball game. I'll say 24-17 Buckeyes.
I'm excited to see Arch Manning and Julian Sayin, and obviously Jeremiah Smith is a Martian. He's from another world, and talented as he is. So I think it'll be a really good football game. There's a lot of good games on this weekend. So enjoy the nice weather. Enjoy some football. Again, we appreciate you tuning in with us. We'll catch you on Thursday for that pregame huddle with Coach Nick Osborne, and then we'll have game coverage next Friday from Chillicothe High School. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Greg Liming with Rob Bowman. We'll catch you next week on 99.5 The Edge.
Thank you for tuning in. Rewatch this video and many more on demand at goodguysradiotv.com.